Go live. You're
Live now?
live. It says you're live. Me
I've
specifically.
always wanted to be alive.
I don't know if it counts for you. It just says you're live, like like me specifically. So I don't know how this
You can
works.
be plural in English. That's how English works.
Oh, I don't speak English.
We don't have a word for like ear.
Oh,
Well, I guess we have a
let's.
word for ears.
That's cheating. Also, I should probably tweet out that we're live. We are live for real this time.
No, this is the first one, right? We've not. There's been no previous attempts at this.
Well, the problem is I tweeted out yesterday that we're doing it yesterday.
Oops.
Boobs? Nice.
Oops.
Booby.
Good idea.
Tweed.
Hey everyone, Metal just had the idea for boobs.
My idea, boobs TM.
Patented.
Yeah. I should probably do like a community tism because my archive channel has more subscribers.
Or
Yes. Let's see. YouTube. You did it, Metal. I did it indeed. I did the thing where it clicked another thing and stuff. I'm so good at this.
you're a very talented streamer.
Thanks.
Although there are some elements to streaming that I think you need to work on.
Oh, like when I leave, I need to put on something so a quarter of
How
my
did you?
audience doesn't leave.
If you already know, then why should I? Why do I? Why am I here needing to tell you these things if you
I'm a,
already know?
I, I'm trying to revolutionize how to stream.
How to fleem?
I'm trying to make my own content.
I don't understand.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, so that's why I'm the first one to do it. It's a bold undertaking.
You're the Undertaker.
I am the Undertaker. Boom. We are doing the thing with the doctor.
Tom Baker is here.
Yeah,
That's
he
great.
told me he doesn't want to talk to you because you smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's fair.
This might actually be. I think the new episode is currently airing now. That's fun.
Wait, like the newest episode, Tism?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's tonight. I'm not sure if it's now or like maybe at a different time, but I mean, like it's gonna be in the evening, so it could be now.
Mm. I heard the current one is the best Doctor Who has ever been, right? That's what
Yes.
happened. Nice, nice, nice. Traitor Jay. I know, right? Yeah.
Wait, why am I a traitor?
How was EFAB? Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, it was really fun.
No. I've never been so disrespected in my whole life because
Fair.
I tried to make a funny out of it in EFAB chat and nobody noticed it from the panel. Not a single person. Not you, not Rags, not Fringy, not Mauler. Chad was into
Fair.
it. Chad was like, "Yeah, you traitors," but nothing happened. And then I gave up and did
I've
something
done the
else.
same thing to EFAP before, where I went live when I was supposed to be on EFAP. This is my second time double timing live commitments.
What did you do? I didn't do anything. I just did what I planned to do. And there was like, all right, I watched all 6 episodes in a day. I did the notes. Like, yeah, Jay, I'm just gonna take a shower and I'm ready to go. It's like, well, actually. I'm more ashamed Mola didn't invite you for the Sonic part of the EFAP. Hey, listen. That's what I mean. I've never been disrespected more in my life. I didn't even know there was a Sonic part in the EFAP, to be honest. Because I didn't watch
That
it.
was led by Frongo. Hey, why would you not watch it? Why would you betray me like that?
Because I was having a nut.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I just went to bed, I think. Just like, I don't have anything planned. I guess I'll watch some wrestling and go to bed. Your life and Twitter notified me. Neat. Yeah, that's why I wrote it on the Twitter machine. It's crazy how that works. It's insane. Why did I fix my camera? My camera is not even on screen. It's just force of habit. Uh,
Maybe, well, that's for like the FBI agents.
oh yeah. Hey, Mr. FBI, how you doing
What
today?
is the
Happy
German
Easter.
FBI?
That's a good question. Is there like some? That's probably an equivalent. I just can't think of them. Let's see, German FBI equivalent. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a BND. That makes sense.
Drone
Federal
base.
Intelligence Service as well. That's in English. That makes sense.
That doesn't
Quest-
start with those letters, you buffoon.
Well, the German one is BND. Bundesnachrichtendienst. Oh, there you go.
Hmm.
Merry Easter, you heathens. Oh yeah, the Happy Egg Day.
Yeah,
That's thing that's happening today.
Jesus is dead or whatever.
Yeah, that bastard.
Fuck him.
The big nut department. Oh yeah. The the BND, big nut department. Good shit. Question for Jay: why season 13 of all seasons? Well, I don't
Um,
know.
do you do you think we're about to talk about the new show? You fool! Haha.
People have been fooled a bunch. Additionally, aren't you missing the oh so important legend of the Sea Devils by doing this Forge, Jay? Oh, I guess that's the
I don't
episode
watch them
today.
live anyway because I don't pay a TV license. I watch them at the houses of people who have TV license after they've aired.
You sly dog.
I'm very sly, it's true.
Sly.
That's my highest stat is slyness.
Slyness. I mean classic. Well, you better, because if you saw the thumbnail and thought it was classic, ooh. Ooh.
I mean, the thumbnail does look pretty classic TV, doesn't it?
Yeah. Uh, it looks pretty funny. It's very charming. It was very charming to watch for the most part because it's so old.
Yeah, it is pretty old. Yeah, so I have actually no idea what you thought about this yet. And I have no idea, like I can't predict
Hmm.
how your opinions will have gone. I mean, I'm in that rare boat. Metal, what did you think?
I think it was fine-ish.
I understand.
uh,
I understand.
it was a wild ride. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I wouldn't have had to take notes every couple of minutes.
Well, that's the sacrifice that we have to make
Yeah,
as content creators is that okay, this is fun. Haha, pause. This is
exactly.
fun.
Because it is a wild. What do they call them? Is it like sub seasons or just episode parts?
Serial. It's called a serial.
Okay, because from what I understand now, they use series now for the modern one. Seasons were the classic ones, and then serial is the seasons serials.
So yeah, so each season of the classic series is divided into serials, which are like generally 4 to 8 episodes each.
Hmm.
And the seasons were had enough episodes in them to do that back then. They were like 50 episodes each or something crazy.
Yeah.
So they were divided. Yeah, so they were divided into long stories. And we watched The Seeds of Doom.
The Seeds of Doom. They were
Metal,
pretty.
now you know what a crinoid is.
I know what a crinoid is, and
Like,
it's an interesting name. I like this is those made up names. They really sound like aliens. It's like this is a crinoid. It's like oh yeah, that's an alien. I get
or
it.
like Mr. Scorby.
Their names were funny. Scorby, and then that science guy was called Keela or something.
Ela.
Uh,
Ah, ignore that.
Mr. Chase.
Mr. Chase, he's an interesting man.
He's a fucking maniac, is what he is. He's fucking insane. Whoever played that guy did a really good job, by the way.
Yeah, so he's just like I don't someone just decided to make him a character and then he was like
Oh man, He's like, "Oh, we all getting destroyed. That's fine. I want to see this."
I think he's a great character. Like,
Well,
I mean,
he definitely keeps to his beliefs. That's for sure. All the way to the end.
yeah, I like. I think. Well, I think the way he dies is entirely appropriate for his character.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he kind of got what he wanted when he
I
gets
mean, yeah, like
sprayed onto
I
the
wouldn't
thing.
even be like by how far gone he is by the end. I think he would stick by his decision. Like, yeah, it kills me. Fuck you.
I don't care. Someone chat said Grumbus. Wow, that's insensitive.
Like, you know how some villains, right, when they meet their comeuppance or whatever, right? Maybe just before they die, you think they probably regret what they did, or they probably have a moment of realization.
Mm-hmm.
Chase is no.
No, he just
Like
he just
as his legs were being ground up, he was thinking, "I'm making the right decision."
yeah. He was trying to just get the doctor into the little compost crusher thingy. It's like, you're coming with me, you bastard.
So I imagine that most people watching have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. True.
So, Mal, how do you want to do this?
Well, that's a pretty private question for the stream. I mean, I just wrote everything down. We can just go chronologically. We can go through certain things. I don't really know.
I think we've done every one of these chronologically so far, so that makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
that's mostly how I do it. I feel just the most effective way to do it.
Especially when we're dealing with a piece of media that probably most of the audience hasn't seen.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, let me put my little copyright fleem in the background and just put some moving stuff on the screen. Ooh, it's in 4:3 Doctor Who.
It's that it preserves Zack Snyder's original vision.
Yeah, it's true. I fucking love that intro, by the way. It's so old school and just spacey. It's like,
It's old and weird.
yeah. It's the Seeds of Doom. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh man, good stuff.
Can I
Uh,
ask you, when you first heard that title, did you think it was going to be less literal?
oh, yes, yes.
Like,
I didn't think it was.
like the title was going to be a metaphor or something, not
Yeah,
literally.
just like,
There are seeds and they're fucking dangerous.
yeah, we found seeds and they're gonna fuck everything up. Yeah, because that's exactly what happens in the beginning. It's like they're just chipping away. It's like, oh, look, I found this thing.
The big coconut.
The big coconut, yeah. Boy.
Yeah, so we open in the Arctic. It's sort of divided into two stories, really. The Arctic story and then the England story, but I mean they connect. It's like
Yeah,
the first one and then the big one.
yeah. Let's see. So we got those two lads in the Antarctica. And they found like a little stone thingy, which is, well, it is the Seed of Doom. I don't think they ever refer to it as Seeds of Doom, but
No.
it's just a little seed
They
thing.
don't ever call it a seed, I don't think. They always call it a pod.
Call it a pod, yeah.
And well, I mean, like the low production values are already so clear, right? It's
Oh
like
yeah.
we're in the Antarctic and it's like it's like a small corner of a room that they filled with white styrofoam.
And every time there's snow, it's just like put on top of the actual footage. It's just like
Yeah.
really fake. It's really funny because that's what they had to do back in the day.
Well, the thing is as well, like this was designed to be viewed on people's TVs in the 1970s. So, like a lot of audiences probably just couldn't see a lot of the effects very clearly.
Yeah. Probably a lot of people had still black and white TVs as well, so it's just like
Oh yeah.
it's just like there, I guess.
I think when my parents first saw this, they had black and white TVs.
Yeah, makes sense. It's 1970s after all. TVs are very expensive.
I
At
mean,
the
the
time.
show had only been in color for a few years.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, one of them, John, I think that's the one all the way on the right, and it just skipped back to where I looped it. But yeah, the one guy says he's certain that it's alive, but he doesn't really know how he knows it. But he's very
Yeah.
certain it is.
I mean, I really like all of the scientist dialogue except that.
I thought it would follow up with something, but he was the one who stayed alive for the most of the Antarctica plot. Because
Yeah,
I
and it,
thought,
it never really. I mean, like, there's the crinoid seeds just sort of have random psychic stuff going on, where like it seems to connect with Chase, and it also seems to connect with John, but it's never really explained, and there's never really. Well, it's never inconsistent, right? We don't. It's not like on screen long enough for there to be any inconsistencies with the psychic
yeah,
powers, but it's also just. I guess it can do that, and I guess it can do this.
yeah. Because I thought John, like the one all the way to the right, you can see right now for people in chat. I thought he would be the one who's gonna get possessed or something or infected. But he's the one who stays alive for the longest. If
I
I'm
actually
not
can't remember.
mistaken.
Does he get blown up with the station? I can't remember.
He gets into a scuffle with the one of the crinoids, and before we can see a conclusion of that, everything blows up. So yes, basically he just gets blown up with everything.
Poor John.
Oh yeah, he made it so
But
far, and then yeah, rip.
the conversation between the scientists, I think, is really good, where they're just discussing like what this thing might be and their potential theories, and they're talking
Mm-hmm.
about, one of them's like, how deep in the frost was it? Oh, this deep. And I was, that would place it around 20,000 years ago. Oh well, then uh, and they're talking about it being tropical and saying, but you said it was 20,000 years ago. This part of Antarctica hasn't been tropical for what, 2 million years? And he goes, well, that's the established theory.
Yeah,
Discoveries like
yeah,
this have destroyed the established theory before. And it's like, I feel like this is how scientists talk to each other, and that they're speaking naturally, and I like the characters.
yeah. I
I mean,
noticed that. I noticed that too. That's what I wrote down. I really like how they talk to each other. Even like even when John starts to behave weirdly, they go like, you're just being silly. Just let's get a coffee. They do doing like the joking thing, but they're still concerned a bit. It's like, that's weird. Like, why is he behaving like this? Like, oh, let's just go grab a coffee. So it's like this.
well,
It's like this thing you do in real life when someone does like something weird. It's like, hey, let's do something else before
yeah,
you
yeah.
embarrass yourself.
It's like, well, I mean, hot take, Metal.
Hmm?
I think the characters are much stronger than the plot.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's not hot take to me. Because the plot just starts moving at like a crazy pace, and just things are happening. It's just, we need to stop this. What that bomb and
There are like a few things in the plot where it's like, that could have been better. There are a couple of moments in the plot where it's like, what the fuck?
There's probably
Um,
4 or 5 instances of them just getting out of things because they're lucky. In
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
episodes, it happens so much. It's like, oh, again? It's like, really?
like just people conveniently saving each other at the last minute is the
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah, it happens like 4 or 5 times. It's insane. When when the Antarctica plot ends, I was like, oh shit, now they're trapped in the Antarctica, need to get out. And the episode starts with, oh, there's the rescue team. Yeah, we're back. It's like, oh, okay. um,
They found a pod in the ice, and they've had a chat about it. And one of them's like, it's alive.
it's alive. And then they have a cup of Joe.
And they call London about the pod. Episode one's plot, like all the setting up and like putting all of the pieces in place, really does make sense.
Yeah,
Like,
I like the first episode probably the most. If maybe that changes
I
at the end, but
agree,
it might be
I
the best. It might be the best.
it's really strong. The characters are strong in all of the episodes, but episode one is really strong in terms of plot. All of the characters' motivations essentially just follow through to the things that would happen based on the events.
Mm-hmm.
So you have here, Mr. Dunbar gets called about the pod,
Okay, you need to clarify something. Is it Dunbar or Dungbar?
Dunbar, I think.
So no G in between,
N-
just
I
Dun.
do not believe that there is a G.
Okay. For some reason, I questioned myself while I was watching it for like 3 or 4 hours, but I never looked it up. I don't know why. uh, but yeah, he's like
So,
the leader of some bureau, I
yes,
think.
a bureau of some description. I can't remember if it's said specifically, or and I just can't remember, or if it isn't, and we don't know what bureau he's in charge of. But like he's or not in charge of, but like he's a significant part of a government bureau.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so see, he's not a reoccurring character. He's like here for the first time in this.
yes, this is his
Okay,
only appearance in the show.
that's what I was wondering
I
because they
think.
seemed so familiar at some point. It's like, oh, are they just homies? Like they just do these adventures all the time. But I guess it's like the this should be the biological bureau of flumbuses or something. I'm not sure. I think they say it, but I'm not sure. I was never sure if they talking about the bureau here or about the chase one because he has like a weird title as well, which I couldn't really keep out.
Case has
Keep separated. I
a
mean,
lot of weird things.
he does have a lot of weird things. That's true.
I want to show you my plants.
He's such a freak.
He's such a weird little man. I
He's
love him.
so weird. Yeah.
It's like I imagine that like in school, he was bullied. Maybe he was pushed over, and then he would just stand up and say, "Hmm."
Hmm. I did not enjoy that bullying of yours. Um,
When your reckoning comes,
your reckoning will come. I'm already planting the seeds for it.
I'm planting the seeds of your doom.
Oh, fuck.
So yes, the scientists they call London, and that gets this bureau involved. Who are like, what the fuck has this Arctic expedition or Antarctic expedition discovered?
Yeah. Okay.
Metal.
Before we go ahead, I need infos about the Doctor because I'm very confused what his place in this universe is because I've never
Sure,
watched Doctor Who in my life.
sure. Um, do you have any specific questions, or should I just go for it?
Well, basically, how does he get into these scenarios? Because I always thought he's just going on wacky adventures around the world, but apparently he was called by someone to do the
Yes.
thing, and I want to know who
Perhaps I
that
should have
is.
explained this to you. Perhaps it's okay as it is. I don't know, but um, so like the modern show, he really does just go on wacky adventures around the world and stuff. But he also had, I mean, he still has ties to it in the modern show, but
Hmm.
in this era of the show, he had much closer ties to an organization called UNIT,
Yeah,
which is a government organization that's like deals with alien shit.
yeah,
You know, it's the
I figured that one because they show up in this and they mention them.
yeah. So it's I mean, he's on their payroll. He's actually an employee of this organization.
Okay, okay.
Um, and this is like this era of the show. He was like getting less involved with them. Like the era of the show just before this,
Hmm.
he's a full-time employee of theirs, and he doesn't actually travel. He just stays on Earth defending like the Earth from with UNIT.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
But this is your first introduction to any Doctor, I believe.
It is. It is.
So what kind of first impression did he make on you? I'm curious.
I mean, I think this is one where he's specifically very serious a lot of times because the threat is so big.
Yes.
Because I've known that specifically the classic ones were like kind of goofy at times, which does happen here
Well,
too. When
he,
he's
he
like,
is still very goofy in this.
oh
But
yeah, absolutely, and I like those. I think it's pretty funny when when he just starts talking about Mozart at one point, and it's like, what happened to him? And it's like Mozart. Oh, you mean that guy? It's like,
yes.
I like the I like how the comedy is portrayed. It's pretty funny.
I mean, the first thing that you see him doing in this story is when you cut to him in the bureau, he's playing with a yo-yo as the guy is talking to him
Yeah,
about the sea.
yeah, because at this time he's not super concerned because like, oh yeah, I've seen these things before, but it's not
Well,
hatched or anything, so we should be
he,
fine.
he's not concerned until he realizes that there's actually potentially still a danger from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, oh, it's been, wait, 20,000 years? Wait, maybe, okay, maybe it could still be alive. And then then he kind of goes hard mode for like 2 episodes.
Yeah, yeah. When they get to Antarctica, it's like, oh, you're gonna be fine with those clones. Like, I didn't drive 20,000 kilometers to talk about the weather. Just to show me where the patient is. It's like, oh, geez, okay, fine. Because yeah, he realizes if that thing hatches, it's no bueno, no
And that
bueno.
discussion about it, again, like I think all of the conversations in episode 1 particularly are really strong.
Yeah, because they just talk back and forth like, oh, what could it be? And it's like, oh, it might be from outer space, and it got here. It's like, and then a little bit joking in between because well, they seem just like familiar a little bit. I think at one point Dunbar says like, oh, you need a pretty big telescope to see one of these things then, ha ha ha. And yeah, and then he leaves and just says, oh, you're leaving immediately? It's like, yeah, why not? I have my toothbrush. It's like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
And I like that the toothbrush also looks used. It's not like a new toothbrush.
Yeah, so he goes to the Antarctic to help out the expedition, and he goes on a plane instead of taking his TARDIS. I am unclear why.
I was actually about to ask this because that's the one thing I know about. It's like, he has this really handy traveling machine, and it's
I
like,
guess
I'm taking the plane.
I guess so. In this area of the show, more specifically, I guess it is more understandable because the TARDIS is generally shown to be you can go somewhere with it, but you better not be looking for a specific location.
Oh, okay. I think that's what they do at the end because they go somewhere with the TARDIS and they wanted to go
they
to
get
a
the wrong
beach
place.
and they go back to Antarctica. It's like, oh, that's not supposed to happen, and then I have a little laugh. And I didn't really understand what the funny was. I was like, did they put the wrong coordinates? I don't get it. But yeah, he specifically tells Dunbar to call the expedition, to not touch it at all. Don't do anything with it. I'll be until I'm there. And of course, we already know the one guy already touched it. And
Yes.
we learned a little bit that he also put it under a light to make it go.
And it's and we learn and when we go back to the Arctic that the pod has been growing.
Yeah, it's
Grown 5 centimeters since this morning.
it's germinating, and that's not
I'm
language.
germinating.
Delicious germs.
This is where Germans come from.
That's true. That's where they come from. Right. I'm just getting this going. Then we just cut back to the expedition. As I already said, he figures out like, oh, it grew like 5 centimeters and stuff. And I think the other guy, I forgot which name he has. I have the names later on because I realized whose name was whose. I think this
It's
one is
Charles.
Charles.
Charles is the
coming-
one who gets hit, I think.
Right.
I don't remember the names either. I will never forget Mr. Dunbar, Mr. Chase, and Mr. Scorby and Mr. Keeler.
Well, it's
But these guys
bizarre
I don't
names.
really remember so well. They are. Yeah, you're right. Actually,
That's why. Wait. So yes. Oh yeah. John says like something quite is like, oh, incredible, and he gets Charles. Yeah, this is Charles. There you go. Thank you, past mortal. And Charles says that's impossible. It can't grow. It doesn't feed on anything. That's insane. And John believes that this thing behaves completely different from what they understand of plant life, and it will shatter all their knowledge about it.
yes. It's already proving to be a very valuable specimen that could have some very large implications in the scientific community.
Absolutely.
Is this when we cut to Chase?
Yes, almost. We're almost there. And Charles reminds me, you should leave it alone until the doctor is. And it's like, no, I don't agree, because this is our discovery, and that doctor character probably don't even know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, I really enjoy their discussions about the doctor before he arrives. They're like, oh, he's just probably some like really old dude
Yeah.
that they dug out of retirement.
I
Who
mean,
cares
they're not
who his
wrong.
doctor is? No, actually, they are completely right.
Yeah, the doctor's due tomorrow. Oh yeah, this is actually where I wrote down, how does he actually travel? But we already talked about this because I was confused why he didn't take the TARDIS to go there immediately. But we already did this. But yeah, we go to Chase, and the first thing I wrote down was, well, that guy just looks evil.
Yeah, the actor who plays Chase is, I don't even know who he is. He does such a good job.
Yeah, because I
Like,
see him for the first time, it's like, oh, he's the bad guy.
yeah,
You see him just praying to his plans, and you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
he has this sort of weird atmosphere. He's kind of camp and suave and a little off.
Yeah, here, chat, look at him. Bask in his glory.
He's just very fun.
Yeah, he's absolutely nuts. Because for some reason, when he gets there, it's like, oh, I have something for you. It's like, oh, what are you doing about bonsais? I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
What is wrong with bonsais?
So I mean, well, because like the bureau deals with like plant stuff, right? The government bureau of plants or whatever. I'm gonna really have to remember what the bureau is, but like, yeah, Chase. I mean, what like it's a great line to introduce. Like, one, where his priorities are. Two, that he's fucking nuts. That he's like talking to this like member of a government bureau, asking him if he's going to like do anything to end the practice of bonsai because it's torture of plants.
Yeah, and I was like, what? But okay, I guess we have our nutcase for the show. But yeah, but Dunbar goes to this plant expert to apparently tell him where it is and sell it to him.
Yes, their immediate Dunbar is accepting a bribe for this information from Chase, who is maybe a bit weird about plants.
Yeah, but I also don't understand why Dunbar would go do this already. For all we know, this could be like a weird stone they found, I think.
I mean, the scientists in the Antarctic have already concluded that it's a plant of some kind.
Yeah. But I know, he must be really greedy, is what I'm getting, for some reason, because he doesn't even know what it really does yet. It's like, oh, here, maybe you want to look at this. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to give you all this money to tell me where it is.
So, I mean, do you mean Dunbar or Chase?
Dunbar.
Really greedy. Yeah, because
Dunbar.
I'm happy. I'm happy with Dunbar here because all he thinks he's doing is maybe like, oh, scientists won't be able to study this plant now, and I get lots of money, right? That's the trade he thinks he's making at this point.
Yeah.
Which kind of a dick move, but certainly not like maniacally evil as Chase is.
Oh yeah. My problem is probably more like in the fact that I don't think he can cover this up because it's like an official expedition and everything from the bureau. It's like, oh, where did this thing go? It's like, I don't know. It got lost.
Well, I mean,
I have a hard time understanding how he would cover this up. Like even if it would just go without a hitch, without blowing up the whole expedition, I guess.
I think the understanding is that Dunbar gives Chase the location, and Chase arranges men to go there to just steal it. Mm-hmm. And that is, I think that's the nature of the arrangement. It's all left quite ambiguous what Dunbar thinks is going to happen. I was
just trying to figure out in my mind, like, how would this be a cover up? How would that work? But yeah, I guess if it just comes out somebody stole it from the Antarctica, I don't know.
I mean, it's very unlikely to be traced back to Dunbar in that case.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Wait, where were we? Oh yeah, so he gets the info, he gives him the coordinates to the expedition and everything. Oh, we're already back to this. And then we get to know Scorby, the big old mercenary guy of Mr. Chase.
I like Scorby a lot.
This guy, he's such a mercenary. He's just so comically evil as well.
He's like, he's not just the trope character. He has got like his own little things and traits, and you know, he's kind of he's kind of dumb and kind of well, I guess that is kind of a cliche thing to make a mercenary,
Hmm.
but um, he's not like dumb. He's not like an oaf. Um, but he's a bit, I guess, a bit slow, but he still knows his way around stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Because later
Uh,
here he was like in different war zones and stuff as well.
he has
Because he
kind of an ego, and
because he goes kind of nuts at the end before he dies.
oh yeah, he does.
Um.
And
Yeah.
oh my God, and do you remember
Hmm? Go
the
ahead.
one line? Do you remember the one line? They probably all run away like women.
Wait, what? When did that happen? I didn't hear that.
Like it's in episode 5, I think, is where he's talking about the soldiers and he's like looking about. It's like he can't see them anymore. It's like they're all fucking cowards. They've all run away like women.
I didn't. I actually didn't catch that. That's kind of funny. When Sarah is still around as well, she's just there, it's like, hey.
She is like that's what she does.
So yeah, he gets Scorby and some other rando who isn't Keela, but for some reason he wants. Well, not for some reason he wants Keela to accomplish him because he's
Yeah.
a biologist,
So
science guy.
the team that Chase assembles, while not like perfect for the mission, makes sense in terms of the resources that Chase has access to.
Absolutely.
Scorby being the mercenary and Keela being the botanist. Keela, when he actually gets there, isn't prepared to do any of like the mercenary shit.
Yeah.
And he's really nervous around like threatening people and weapons and violence. But he needs to be there because he's a botanist and he knows stuff about plants.
Precisely.
Which is a nice, a nice way to establish that things might go wrong on this heist, right?
This little errand, how Mr. Chase calls it. Oh god.
Yes. Oh, you okay?
Oh,
You're doing a little germinating.
little germinating, yeah. That's what I do. Little germs,
Little Germans.
little Germanheimers. But yeah, we then go back to the Antarcticheimers. Charles is just sitting there having a sip of a coffee, is sleepy, just looking at the
Oh yeah. So
at the seed of doom. I don't know why he's sitting right in front of it and just looks at it. Like he has to look at it without any pause. It's like it's really comical. You have to guard this thing. Okay, let me sit right in front of it and look at it and don't do anything else.
this is one of those scenes where like I feel like on the script it would have looked fine, and then when
Yeah.
they shot it, it's like Because like, yeah, I think this is the first flumpy scene.
Because he just sits there staring at it and just having a sip of coffee. Like, oh man, I'm tired. Let me put
then-
my arm right next to it. It's like, I'm falling
he-
asleep. It's like,
Yeah, and then he closes his eyes, and then the second after he closes his eyes, the pod opens and like a plant touches his arm, and he's like, ah!
yeah. It's really funny because
like-
someone has to look after it, which just makes sense. But you would probably do something else, like at a table, like
Yeah.
writing something or whatever you do in the Antarctic.
I mean, like if I was writing this scene, right, I would show him doing something, and maybe, I would set up that he's sitting there in the room with the pod, and maybe have
Yeah.
him like playing cards or something,
Yeah, or
and then
just,
cut to him and he's fallen asleep next to it.
yeah,
rather than-
or just thinks or just kind of moves and just looks at it. It's like, oh, what is going on here? And then he gets a little closer and then just splurts out onto
Well, yeah,
his
yeah,
arm.
like he can be curious about it and
Yeah.
be like, huh, what's up? Like, but it's one of those where it doesn't have to be like the scene doesn't have to be broken. Like the scene doesn't have to be bad. Like it's not a hard scene to accomplish. It just honestly, it's probably low production value stuff. I don't know. Well, like the story isn't broken or anything.
No,
The
no.
events make sense, and like it just we could have been presented this in a much more natural way. a less flumpy way.
Yeah. But yeah, he gets infected and his face turns green.
Immediately.
And it looks really funny.
Yeah, it's like
Just look at it, chat.
like 70s horror effects, right?
It's looking like someone sprayed moss on his face or something. There's like
I really wish they had reconsidered the way they did these effects.
Yeah, it took like seconds for him getting infected at the arm and just his face like green.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
So much that says he's turning into Fringy.
Turning into a fringy, yeah. So yeah, the bureau gets a call about the infection as well. I think this is all we do right now. It's just like
the base acts rationally in response to this apparent infection.
Yeah, because they're calling for medical help, they're calling the bureau and everything. Makes absolute sense. That's what I expect them to do. It's pretty nifty.
It is.
But yeah,
they put him in bed to help him, right? They help him out.
Yeah. That's exactly what they do. Okay, let me do this and put this back on Scrumble.
And the doctor has arrived by this point, or is he about? No, he's about to arrive.
Yeah,
isn't he?
right after this, after we hear that the bureau got the information, Doctor and I wrote his assistant because I had no idea what her name was until much later, but I know now it's Sarah.
Her name is Sarah. Yeah.
Because I think he only says it when she gets like taken hostage for the first time. And I was like, oh, that's her name. Thank you.
Well, I mean, the show was originally watched in terms of like what every week. You know this character well. I mean, I'm saying this like it's a really revolutionary idea that most people watch every episode of a TV show. No, like
yeah, they
I'm
mostly
pretty sure.
start at the beginning and not at season.
Not so much though, because like with this show, it had been on for like what 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, I guess about 13 actually. And back then there wasn't like home video or most of the episodes weren't even ever repeated. They were on once, and then if you missed it, well, that sucks.
Yeah. There were no DVRs and interwebs. Just like if you missed it, tough shit. Hopefully you get a rerun at some point.
Which is why all of the stories are quite self-contained. They just star the same characters. Is it like probably most of the people watching by this point, or at least, well, not most, but like a significant portion of the people watching by this point probably weren't watching when it was first on.
Yeah.
A lot of the people watching probably weren't born when it was first on, but
me included.
Yes.
But yeah, they arrive. Apparently the doctor doesn't seem to mind the cold. I don't know, is he just being a baller here, or is there like a thing he can do?
This is never really explained, but it's always been consistent.
Oh, really?
Is that like he just doesn't like give a shit about temperature?
That's funny.
He just goes around like I think the first case of it is in like there's a when it's in black and white. The first doctor, he goes to a desert and like it's like they're all talking about how hot it is, and he's just sitting there in like a full 3-piece suit, not giving a shit.
That's
and
funny.
yeah, ever since then, you just got like, yeah, he doesn't seem to give a shit. They're all wrapped up in their coats, and he's wearing a scarf and that, but he's not.
Yeah.
In Arctic gear.
I was just wondering if there's like a power he has, or is it just being a baller? But I guess it's just a consistent thing that he can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
The consistent things are that he seems to be resistant to like heat and cold, and he seems to be able to breathe or survive for longer without oxygen than humans can.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. Where John asks him if he will find dressed like this, and he just says he wants to see the ill man, and he didn't travel 10,000 miles to talk about the weather.
he's kind of a baller.
Yeah, he's pretty serious as well, because he heard about the infection on the way here. I think that's what they said.
I'm not sure how.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know how good communication was back in the day. If they had like on plane
Like they could have had a radio
telephones
on the
at
plane.
this point, radios for sure. Yeah, maybe like that. I believe he would get the information somewhere along the way because he had to get into the
I mean,
helicopter to the.
it's also like not plot significant, right? Because
It
like
isn't. Yeah.
if he didn't know on the plane, he would have arrived and then they would have told him immediately.
Yeah.
Like it's not plot breaking, even if this couldn't happen. Like it happened, it's like, oh, that scene is weird. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
He also has he has one of his weird moments where they're like, "Oh, you're the doctor. We were expecting someone much older," and he's like, "Well, I'm 400," and they're like, "Okay," and then they move on.
I think it was actually even 700. I think, yeah, I wrote down 700 something. It's like, oh, it was a bunch of some others. Like, oh yeah, I'm only 700 something. It's like, oh, okay.
I think I want to say 749.
Might be, yeah. But yeah, it was they just completely no sell it. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Guess he's
it's just like
700. That weird doctor.
it's just like pause. Anyway,
Let's go inside. It's very cold. Ow, I scratched myself. I'm sorry.
why?
I don't know if it was a mistake. Let's see here. No need to. Where's Spinach Man? 1315. Because they show him
Yeah,
close up, and he
Metal.
just turns into Spinach Man. Oh, there it is. This looks so
I
funny.
know there's one particular scene that I think we probably would both think of as the flumpiest that the effects get in the show. And that's not coming for a couple of episodes yet, but you know the moment I'm talking about, right?
I'm guessing it's when they first go when Dunbar and the alien go face to face, the crinoid. Or
When the first time it's like completely lost human form and it's
yeah,
just like a
yeah. Oh yeah, that's even earlier. Yeah, that's a little bit earlier. Yeah.
like,
It's just like that's not even a human anymore. That's just a gloom.
yeah, it's fully a thing that you could call a gloomp.
Yeah, it is a gloom. But yeah, the child turned into Spinach Man. It
Yes.
just straight up looks like spinach to me.
It's like they could definitely like I would love to see these effects done again today in like a cool production that isn't poorly written. The Crinoid is actually like in terms of like the wider universe, the Crinoid tends to be quite like relatively popular as an idea, but it's literally like come back never in the show.
Oh, okay.
And in extended media, there's like one story about it.
Yeah. But yeah, they tell us that the infected body temperature, that the body of the infected is dropping, even though they're trying to keep him warm. And yeah, he's covered in the green stuff, and the growth is just accelerating.
And they say that his heart rate has slowed to a really slow rate as well.
Right, yeah.
Because the line is, I'm no expert, but with numbers like that or figures like that or whatever, he should be dead, shouldn't he?
Yeah, and then the doctor says he's not dying, he's transforming, and they need a blood test.
Yes.
And then the doctor is wondering why the pot even opened, and then John tells him that might be his fault because he put it under the lamp, because he was certain there was still life in there.
Yes.
And then the doctor straight up says to his face that might have caused the destruction of all human life on Earth. And John is very concerned about that. He's like, oh, sorry, I guess.
Yeah, the Doctor does go hard mode, particularly in the first two episodes.
Yeah, this is what I wrote. The Doctor's pretty serious here. Because I've always known him as like being a little more goofy for most of the time, but he just goes like, you're fucked up. Why is this happening? We need to stop this. This is very dangerous.
He does a great job in this sort of balancing goofy and serious.
Absolutely. I just like it because that just shows me that the Doctor cares when there's a serious threat and he's just not being a goofy jack off.
Yeah. Yeah, because like it's not like that there are no moments of him being goofy in this episode even. He gets particularly goofy in this story as well. I mean, more generally, when he's specifically dealing with villains and he wants to show essentially that he doesn't care or respect them, you know? Like,
Yeah.
as soon as someone's pointing a gun at him, he immediately goes goofy again, which I think is quite interesting.
Mm. How
Uh,
does the Doctor work in terms of like getting hurt and stuff? How does he
oh, he
function
can
as a
get hurt
being?
like anyone else, but
Okay, okay,
if he dies, he doesn't die. He gets a new body.
okay. Because I just didn't know if you had like super strength or whatever. I just didn't know. It didn't seem like it, but I was just wondering. I guess he just can beat
I mean,
someone
I
up a little
wouldn't.
bit.
They occasionally introduce like villains who have super strength, and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't look good on this production, you know?
Okay. Also, doesn't he have like this screwdriver thingy normally, or does that come later?
He does. It doesn't appear in this one, does it?
Not a single one. I was wondering. It's like he doesn't, because apparently he doesn't like to use guns. Is what I figured, or doesn't
He does
know how
not.
to use them.
Well, he doesn't like using them.
Yeah. I was like, why don't you? Because I thought this thing was a weapon, like this screwdriver thingy.
It is not. It's a tool. It does like technology stuff
Okay.
and locks and things.
But yeah, it doesn't show up once, which I was surprised by. I thought it was like, oh, maybe that comes in
Which
later
actually, there is a point
season.
where he's kept out by a locked door in this episode,
Yes.
but that might be with a bolt. And if it's a bolt, I can't remember if
Might
it's a
be.
bolt.
It might be. Yeah, serious. Let me just move the footage here a little bit around. Because he then just goes out and asks them where the other egg,
Yeah.
where they have the egg from, or the pod rather, and they find another one. He's like, they always travel in pairs, like policemen or something.
Yeah, that's what he says. So yeah, they establish kind of a lot of rules that you might think like, it's like sort of convenient for plot, but they're not, inconsistent with anything.
Yeah.
So like the plot definitely needs there to be two and no more, right? Well, I guess there could be more. Like that wouldn't break the plot, but
Yeah, I mean,
the plot really needs there to be two of them in that hole.
specifically two pods, yeah, because we do see more than
Yeah.
two crinoids. Because we see two in the Antarctica plot, but they both get blown up.
I'm sorry. Wait, well, hang on. What?
There's two in here. There's one because Charles gets Charles gets up, and the other guy here, Morbier, he gets infected. Because we have later on, we have one crinoid in the energy place, and then one in the base that where John fights it. There's two.
I never realized that.
Yeah, because they outrun the one in the energy place at the end before it blows up, and John fights the other one because Charles crinoids infected the other guy.
I've seen this so many times and literally never realized that that's what the plot is. I was going to bring up later how does the crinoid get from the power plant to the base?
Well, there's your answer. No, you see that he had less like greetisms on his face later on as well. Pretty sure. So yeah, we got.
Wild.
Well, there you go. Yeah, because he attacks Morbier. I think it's Morbier. It doesn't matter. He's just a silly side character. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Actually, I think this is how the episode ends, where he attacks the one guy when he brings the blood sample over.
So they do the blood tests, and the doctor is like, "Hey, it's full. His blood is full of plants."
Yeah, it turned into vegetable soup. He says.
It's like I can't remember what the name. It's like hemophytes or something.
Some plant stuff. I don't know.
Hemophytes would mean chemical plants. If anyone in chat can verify that for me, I'm not sure. But well, I mean, phytes means plants. I'm not sure if that's right. I feel like that's wrong. I think I might have got that from Bibliodorian. Something though. Some whatever they call them. There's like a description they have for them.
The smallest living plant organism.
Plant bacteria. They say, yeah, that's okay. Yes.
Metal where
His
Wallace
blood
and
is full of them.
Metal where Wallace and Gromit in the show. Please, this is important. Wait, what?
Yes.
I don't get it.
Metal, I need you to understand that this individual Comes on to every Doctor Who stream that I've ever done, and
Spooky.
left a super chat. Yeah, Spooky comes on to every Doctor Who stream I've
Wait,
done,
why don't I get a super
and
chat? Fuck
talks
you.
about talks about Wallace and Gromit.
Okay, good, thanks. No problem. Someone, did you post that out on my tweet as well? Because spooky. Because someone posted Wallace and Gromit below my tweet yesterday, and I just didn't get it.
You never get Wallace and Gromit.
uh, anyway, yeah, they think they find another one. I didn't see the super chat button, Wombo. It's fine. I was just kidding, but thank you. Wait, where was I? I'm just thinking about Wallace and Gromit now. Oh yeah, they checked the
good
blood.
Metals Forge.
They checked the blood sample, as we already said, and they have like the plantism in there.
Yeah.
Um,
This is what confirms to the Doctor that yes, this is the thing that he thought it was. So now he really goes ham. He enters full serious mode.
yeah, and he's just like, I'm thinking what to do because he doesn't really know now what the best course of action is yet.
Then he gets it's pretty quick though, right? That we get discussion of cutting off the guy's arm.
Oh, right. That's is that I think it might be in the second episode. Hang on. No, wait.
No, it must no, because I think the cliffhanger of the first episode is the Crinoid getting up and strangling the Charles. Is it he strangles or is it Charles that's infected?
Charles is infected. Oh yeah, he has the note. Yeah, it's the right at the end. Yeah, okay.
So the amputation stuff has to happen before that, I think.
Yeah, it happens. I just checked my notes. It's right before the episode ends. Yeah, he just explains the crinoids as well. That he's turning into a crinoid, which is some kind of galactic weed, but deadly.
Dank weed.
And he explains that normally animals eat the plants, but with crinoids, it's the other way around. And my first thinking was, can we freeze the guy again?
Like freeze the plant.
Yeah, just freeze the guy, just throw him out.
I mean, like that's sort of what they go for as a solution, right? I mean, they probably get blown up, but in the case that they don't get blown up, the idea is, well, I mean, there's fuck all for them to weed out here. They're literally just gonna freeze to death. So fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they ask him how they got here, and he's just speculating. He's like, I don't know, maybe explosion on the planet, and it just got flung onto Earth just somehow. It's not really that important.
Yeah. So like, it's just sort of. I think it's important for him to wonder, like.
Oh yeah.
But it's to establish that he doesn't know how they get here. He knows that they get around, but he doesn't know how.
Yeah, and then they hear the quote-unquote medical plane arrive, but we quickly figure out that those are the two lackeys of Mr. Chase. They made it here with their own little plane.
Mr. Scorby and Mr. Keeler.
Mr. Keeler and the Scorbyheimers.
I do like that the first thing that's perceived as a convenience is actually very much planned and cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
Is that they claim that they were flying a private plane, and they were they were running out of fuel, and saw the lights of the base and landed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's really lucky that you saw lights out here. Like almost probably not any more lights for 100 miles. So very lucky.
Absolutely, very, very lucky.
But of course, they planned to come here.
Someone in chat just said, cut the growths off, put it in a bowl, and some chimkin profit. Nice. But yeah, Charles is basically just a glob of green now, and the transformation is almost complete, and they decide, or the doctor decides, it's probably for the best if they amputate his arm.
Yes.
And they point out quickly, it's like, well, that's stupid. He's covered all around, and the doctor clarifies it's just to give them some time because the arm is the source of the spread.
Yeah, and it's like I'm happy to believe that the doctor's knowledge means that I guess this might help, right? I don't see any
Yeah.
problems with that.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it. I think it's alrighty. But then they also quickly conclude, yeah, but we don't really have a proper surgeon here, and I think one of them is a vet, if I remember correctly.
He is a
A
zoologist.
zoologist, yeah. But none of them really has practical training in amputating any arms.
I really like both of the scientist characters, and like, man,
Mm-hmm.
the zoologist goes through some shit.
Yeah.
I don't like he goes through like loads of shit, gets like really sympathetically characterized as well.
Mm-hmm.
Only to just basically be strangled in a minute. Like,
Yeah, it gets blown up.
well, he's the one who's strangled.
Sorry?
He's the one who's strangled by the crinoid.
Right, yeah, mobile. That's what I wrote down. It's something along those lines is the name. But yeah, he's preparing to do the amputation. Because he gets like half pressured, half volunteers. It's like, come on, you gotta do it. You're the only chance. It's like, oh yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we have a full med kit in the other room, so they go to prepare the thing or get it. And when he goes there, actually, wait, are they doing shenanigans with the gun here already?
The gun. Oh,
No, I think
Scobie and
that's
Keela.
no. It looks like that's episode 2. Yeah, because they start talking about the amputation. They only arrive here. And they all leave. He gets the doctor kid, but Charles has gotten up and he attacks Mobile and strangles him to death. And
He
then
does.
the crinoid Charles just fucks off. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm going for a walk.
He does. And that's the cliffhanger of episode 1.
Yeah, that is episode 1. Diddly 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 dee, Doctor Who, Tom Baker. Diddly dee. I wrote Tom Barker on my tweet, and I had to.
How dare you? Did anyone get mad because they're a dweeb?
No, I did like a little correction below it and put in brackets rant about edit button here, please. Very clever jokes. Very clever. Wow. But yeah, that's episode 1. Pretty nice
Tune in
setup.
next week to Metal's Forge for episode 2.
Wait a minute. God, we're only episode 2. I think we're gonna be moving faster as the episodes
I
go
imagine.
along. Especially the last 3 ones. Because this
Well,
is just like, we go here, we go there, we go here, we go there.
The last 3 have got like less plot in them, really.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm
now we
actually
get...
struggling to think about how they're filled.
It's a lot of just walking in the mansion and then talking to this guy, and then they capture one of them, and then the doctor saves Sarah, or Sarah saves the doctor, and then they sneak around again and they get away, but then Sarah gets captured again. It happens a lot.
Sarah does get captured a couple of times.
Yeah. Like James just wrote, respect the dead guy Metal. Is Tom Baker dead? I have no idea. It's like the next chat immediately. I don't know either.
New Doctor Who is currently on, by the way.
Oh. I'm sure more people are watching me than Doctor Who, right? Right?
Well, so long as there's less than 31 people watching New Doctor Who currently.
I think I have a chance.
Yes.
Anyway. Episode duo. That was full screen. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mobile has been killed by the monster and is now infected. Now I want to double check his face. If we can see it here, it might be later. But yeah, he just gets strangle-roonied. And he dies very quickly. At least it looks like it's going very quickly. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he gets like he gets like just the Krynoid's hands put on his shoulders, and then like the Krynoid just puts him on the ground, and then that's it.
Very
You've got
gently.
to assume
Very gently
sort
as
of.
well.
I guess he's just applying a lot of pressure, or maybe the Krynoid is poisonous or something. Unclear, but he gets taken out incredibly quickly.
Yeah. Apparently Tom Baker is 88 and looks fucking insane now.
Oh, he looks wild. He's still very cool.
Yeah. We then get the two. Oh, go
I
on.
mean, in terms of quick deaths for Doctor Who, I mean, I'm almost tempted to show you the clip at some point, but it's one of like the dumbest TV moments I've ever seen. It's really funny, where so the Doctor, it's from a later episode. It's the fifth Doctor. He's pushed off like a balcony into some water, right? And he's like, it's like a one-story drop. So he falls like like a mid-distance into the water, and then he lands, and he doesn't seem to be like swimming to get out. So it's like maybe he's been knocked out or something, right? And there are two of his friends standing there, and they can see it. And one of them is like, "Doctor!" And it's like, and then like goes to help him immediately. And it's like, "Oh, we've got to help him." And the other one is like, "It's too late. Face it. He's drowned."
He's drowned.
And that's the cliffhanger.
Face it. He's drowned. That's funny. That sounds awfully funny.
It's from one of the most famously bad episodes, but I hadn't seen that clip until like earlier today. I don't actually think I've ever seen that episode, but it seems like fun.
That's great. But yeah, we see the two lackeys. They're just having a little chat on their own because everyone else is busy with other stuff. And it's Scorby and Keela. I wrote Caleb here because I didn't understand his name for so long. It's like Scorby and Caleb? Question mark.
So, is this the bit where they meddle with the guns?
Yes. So yeah.
Question.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Why does the Antarctic expedition have rifles in a box under their beds?
Does the Antarctica have the bears?
No, that's the Arctic. The Antarctic has penguins, I'm pretty sure.
Well, maybe they have like really, really bad penguins there. Yeah, but
the thing is, it's like not even plot significant. Like the reason that the guns get brought up is so that like they can be so they can disable them. Yeah. And then as a result, they don't have guns. Which you would have the same effect if there just weren't guns there.
Yeah.
So it's just like, again, it's not like a crazy significant plot thing that they have guns, but it's also just a weird thing of like, but why? Hang on.
Two expeditions in the Antarctica have guns. I don't know, maybe there's info on that. I'm curious now if that's a thing they do.
I don't see what like dangerous wildlife there would be.
Are there any
and there's not
weapons
going to be any
of
people
fire?
there.
Are there any weapons of firearms stored in Antarctica? I mean, that's just from Quora episode.
Most reliable source of information.
Says the treaty allows firearms suitable for killing seals for the purpose of survival. Use them for food or fuel or for feeding dogs.
Maybe they wanted to kill seals?
Is there... There's actually a Reddit thread that just has the question, but with the thing attached to the movie.
Nice. Well, we should watch The Thing at some point.
That's a great one. It's good shit.
I've still not seen it.
Theculturetrip.com. 10 rules for traveling in Antarctica. Okay.
I mean, I assume that guns would be allowed. It's just I'm unclear as to like why they took them. Like, in the same way that they'd probably be allowed to bring,
One of the
like,
rules is leave the dolphins alone. Please, no guns.
they'd probably be like allowed to bring a giant barrel of gummy
Yeah.
bears. I was just like, I wouldn't understand why if we were shown that. But it's not like
Uh,
it's another small thing. It doesn't break the story or anything. It's completely inconsequential. It's just like, huh, that was weird. Anyway,
yeah. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I guess just part of the expedition resources. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, maybe it is for seals. If they run out of food, so they can go hunt some seals or whatever, so they have food.
potentially.
Yeah,
I mean, that seems like the most likely option.
yeah, because it also seems to be like very limited ammo. Like it looks like 3 rounds or something, like 15
I
shots.
mean, it's unclear. I don't really see how much. I don't see very clearly how much. Well, at least I didn't see very clearly how much Scorby took out. But yes, that's the thing that happens right now is that Scorby takes all
Oh,
of the ammo out of their guns
oh no,
and
he's
then
not.
puts them
I don't
back.
think he's taking the ammo out. He's opening up the gun, and I think he's taking the bolt out or something.
Oh, okay.
Because if you see here, I'll put it on screen.
Oh,
See
then
it
we don't know
here.
how much ammo they have.
See, he pulls out a thing here.
Metal, you're teaching me a lot about this story today.
No problem. I'm not very good at memorizing all this stuff, so I always have to take a long time to prepare for these forges. Here's a little behind the
Ask
scenes.
ask Rags what he's taking out of the gun, and if that would work.
Yeah. Someone said seals or pirates. Pirate seals.
Pirate seals.
Yeah, but you see like around 15 shots in the little box. Let me see if I can get. There you go. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's like 15, and there's 2 magazines. I don't know how much they fit in, but yeah, it looks like it's about 15 shots or something. Apparently, it's the bolt carrier. There you go. But yeah,
Cool.
there you go. Oh, that's the wrong.
Thank you, gun people.
But he's fiddling around with these and makes it basically unusable, which will come in handy later for them because he takes all of them hostage. But John comes back with a gun, but it doesn't work. And he straight up
Yes.
tries to shoot Scorby, by the way, which
Yeah, I mean
found
he's a
kind of
fucking
fun.
Chad, is John.
It's like, put down the gun. Put down the gun? Jesus Christ. Put down the gun. He's like, no. Click.
Yeah, it's like it's fucking instant. Like
Yeah.
John does not fuck around. I was like, I really like that as well. It's like, oh, you've got a gun. Oh, put it down. No, you're not doing it. Okay, shoot.
Yeah.
Fuck, you've sabotaged my gun.
Bastard. But yeah, Keela is hesitant. And it's like, what are you? They won't be using a gun on us. Like, are we just here to confirm that the pod is here? And Scorby tells him, "Oh, we're not leaving empty-handed. We're getting this, and this is just going to be another lost expedition." I think he says. He basically he came here to just fucking kill them all and get the pod for his boss.
Yeah.
He is like full mercenary mode.
He's, he does his job.
He does. He does.
So what point of the plot are we? The
Well,
Krynoid has killed Charles or Mobley. The Krynoid is Charles, isn't it?
yeah.
Those two, I get confused. I confuse their names.
Hmm.
I like the most recent chat. Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Put down the gun.
Put down the gun. Yeah. Now,
I'd love to hear Arnie say that.
now Sarah sees that. Oh yeah, see, he has like green tisms on his face. He'll.
Neato.
I'll show you. Wait, why do you have green tisms on your face? That's not normal.
Ew.
But yeah, you can see he is infected too.
That's gross.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Pretty fucking nasty. So yeah, they realized that happened. And I think, yeah, they check it out, and the doctor says Charles' mind is already taken over. Soon will his whole body. He won't be resembling anything human, and whatever he has become, we need to destroy it.
Yeah, he gets pretty tetchy at this point in the story.
Yeah.
Um, like he's really on edge. I think it's best encapsulated when Sarah refers to the Crinoid as Charles,
Yeah, he
and
says that's
he
not
immediately goes, Charles, and she's
Charles.
like the Crinoid.
He gets really angry. It's like, okay.
Like he just turns around and is like, what?
Yeah.
He's really on edge, and it's really well done that he's on edge.
Yeah, I really like his performance. He's great.
He is.
He's good. He's a good Tism. Then we see Crinoid / Charles wandering around the snow shortly.
We were about to get introduced to the power plant.
Yeah, in a little bit.
Yeah,
There's like a little scene in between. Oh yeah, we see him getting the gun.
I think the power station is the weakest element of the plot.
It's like, this is the thing where we experiment with new energy. That's it. It also blows up when this blows up. This blows up
Yeah.
the whole
So it's
thing.
it's a new special power plant that has to be a mile away. But even though it's a mile away, if it blows up,
Yeah.
everything it's connected to by wires also blows up.
It's really weird.
And everyone also knows this.
It doesn't even have to be I don't know why they specify it to be like this new technology. Like, it doesn't matter at all.
Well, I mean, I think that's the justification for everything blowing up when it blows up.
Yeah, but it could have also just said, oh, this is our oil storage, and it pumps the oil to our thing. And if that thing gets blown up, everything else blows up. I just don't think you need a special energy source for that to make it a movie tism.
Well, you know what? I can see why they didn't why this experimental power source didn't catch on.
Yeah. Thanks, Scorby. Prick. But yeah, we're back at Mr. Chase's house.
I really enjoy this conversation between them.
Yeah, it was Dunbar tells him there's an infection and the pod did it, and you should probably take precautions. And Chase basically tells him, "Oh, I'm definitely gonna get it. I will keep your or Dunbar says, "I want to keep my anonymity." Jesus Christ! I just can't say the word right now.
Put the gun down. Wait.
Put the gun down.
I tried to say it wrong and I said it right by mistake.
Yeah, basically, don't snitch on me and give me the money we agreed upon.
Yes.
That's basically it.
Is this Am I confusing this with another conversation? The one that I really like between the two of them is the one where Chase says, "I understand policemen are few and far between in the Antarctic."
Oh yeah,
That's the next one, right?
I think that's the next one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't write this bit down specifically. I do remember that line though. That was pretty good. It might have been in this one. I'm not sure. Right, he gives him the money as well. It's like, oh, look at all this money.
I think that's the one where Dunbar finds out that Charles has killed the expedition, so that would be the next one.
Okay. I think that's basically that's it for the conversation. This is where we see where the Crinoid reaches the place, but it's locked shut, so it can't get in.
Yeah, and these are probably the best the Crinoid effects ever look when it's at this stage, by the way.
Yeah, because it's basically just a bodysuit, right?
Yeah, bodysuit with like tentacles all over it, and like you can't see the bodysuit.
This still frame, like you can't see anything. Just look at
Can't
this.
see anything at all.
Like it's just.
Oh, look at his face. He looks great. He's living his best life.
He is. It's good stuff.
You may not like it, but this is peak performance.
This
is the ideal male form.
It is. Anyway. Yeah, the crew goes after alien Crinoid Charles, and they get to the cabin, And I think this is where John tells them, it's like, yeah, this is new energy. We're testing it for the
Yeah.
things.
The way that Scorby finds out about this is also pretty unnatural. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, because John's is like, oh no,
Scorby
wait.
just. It's one of the weakest character moments in the story is where Scorby to formulate his plan later needs to know about this power system. So while he's threatening John, just says, "So, how do you power this place?"
Right, yeah.
And you're like, "Okay, I guess you needed him to find out about that somehow. Probably have done it better than that though."
Also, when John just is like, oh, I want this frozen at least. It's like, really? Why would you say that?
Hey, wait, which one? Sorry.
When he basically tells them where the second pod is, and it does
Oh
it
yeah,
really
yeah.
weirdly.
Well, look, I believe that from John though, because that's an honest misunderstanding. I think I can't remember the specific lines, but the Doctor refers to the pod, and John thinks he's referring to the other pod.
Oh, okay, okay.
But without realizing that they don't know about the other pod, so he just mentions where it is without realizing he's giving away information.
Oh,
Is I
okay.
think how that scene goes. I think that's fine.
Yeah,
But I
you
might
could be
have
right.
to
I
check again to
didn't
be
write
sure.
this one specifically. I just remember him just saying it under his breath. But I do remember the Doctor just kind of kicking him. It's like, shut up.
John.
So yeah,
Yes.
while everyone is out and about trying to kill that alien, the two lackeys are just rummaging through the expedition site, just trying to find that pod. And when they do that, the radio goes off. I like Scorby just having this thing in his hand. And Keel's like, look out, this is important. Oh, it doesn't matter, we're gonna blow it up anyways. He just throws it on the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care. Yeah, radio goes off and Scorby goes to take the call. It's like, yeah, hello, what's up? So basically, it's like
Pretends to be Charles, I think. Pretends to be one of them.
and he and the other guy on the radio is like, oh yeah, the storm is coming to an end. We're gonna send the plane. And it's like, oh, did they leave already? It's like, oh, they're about to. It's like, no, it's fine. We don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
And like Keela just goes like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop it. And just always like pushes him back. It's like, shut up. And when they ask like, oh, Charles, is that you? And he just rips out the cable and makes it unusable, I guess.
He gives up.
Yeah.
I feel I'm worried that he gives up a bit too fast, potentially, but
Yeah, it just came kind of out of nowhere.
he's like, well, I can't convince them of that. And I feel like, he's come to that conclusion a little faster than may necessarily make any sense for him to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy for the story to end with him giving up on trying to convince them that he is, and that he's a member of the expedition, but it happens too fast.
Yeah. Doctor and crew go into the shed just to be sure and check it out. Also, we needed to be not closed properly later on, so the Krynoid can go in there, I guess. Because Charles doesn't
Yes.
close it properly, or doesn't lock it at least.
Yes.
And the Doctor says it has to take cover somewhere at least. Then the lackeys find the open pod, and it's like, oh, did the thing. Then we go back to the energy thingy. Just a few couple of things where we just quickly go back and forth. And Stevenson, Charles, apparently he's called Charles Stevenson, questions the Doctor's knowledge of this, because frankly, yeah, it's unbelievable to him, which makes sense. It's like, why would you know all this? And the Doctor just gets really annoyed. It's like, just take it and believe him, because it's a world-ending scenario. Just take my knowledge for granted. Just believe me.
Please just listen to me, you fucker.
Yeah, you stupid little man with your gun. And then Sarah says there shouldn't really be a worry. The second bottle's in the freezer and the Krynoid is out and possibly already frozen stiff. And the Doctor just says, I hope you're right. Also, the shed looks much smaller outside than on the inside. That's what I also wrote down.
They've got their model work.
Yeah.
They're trying their best.
Yeah.
They don't. What is this? What is this? A shed for ants?
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, the Charles didn't close the door properly, so didn't lock it. And we get like a little shot of the Crinoid seeing them leaving and it just going in there, I guess. Oh yeah, this is also where we see that the lackey's checking the body and see it's infected. The one of Moblier, the other guy. Crew made their way back to the station now. The doctor and Sarah go in. John's like, I need to check something out. We don't know what. He just needs to check something out, I guess. I guess just something he needs to do, like a chore for the station, which I can absolutely believe. It's fine with me.
Yep. He has some. He has a thought. Could be anything. Could be related to the Crinoid. It could not. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah and Doctor go in, and they get immediately taken hostage by Scorby and Keela. Scorby says to tell the Doctor to turn around, and he just spins 360. It's like, my way.
So, this is like, this is when the Doctor is his goofiest, right? It's when he's dealing with Scorby.
Yeah.
He's just like...
I don't even know why, because he starts talking about Mozart. And he says, Scorby says, start talking, and the Doctor starts saying, well, okay, Wolfgang. Oh, I did. That makes it actually even funnier. That's great. Start talking. So Mozart is like, yeah. And then Scorby asks, what happened to that guy? Mozart? Oh, you mean that guy? Yeah, he got infected. I really like that.
So, yeah, because the goofiness here isn't like him not taking... Well, the goofiness here, I was going to say, isn't him not taking the situation seriously, but it's almost, it's deliberately him showing Scorby that he's not taking the situation seriously, right?
Yeah.
Scorby has a gun, so would think that he has the power, and the Doctor is just kind of going around going, fuck you, I'm going to do a 360 and start talking about Mozart. I'm just going to spend this entire conversation fucking with you.
This is like probably one of my favorite reactions of someone telling the hostage to turn around. It's like, turn around. Spins the 360. It's just my kind of comedy. I fucking love that shit. It's so great.
This is particularly of this era, this is what the comedy in Doctor Who is like.
Yeah.
Did you also enjoy, Grab Us, We're Very Dangerous?
Wait, what?
It's later, when in England, when Scorby and the guards get the Doctor in the garden, and like they've actually caught him. The guards, like, one guard holds Sarah and one guard holds the Doctor, and as they're reaching out to hold him, the Doctor says, "Yes, grab us. We're very dangerous."
I did not catch that. That's great. Yes, we're very dangerous. Oh, good stuff.
Which apparently is a line that was improvised by Tom Baker.
Nice. Good. Very good. He also tells that the other one got infected too, but we don't know where he is. It's probably desperate for food, and the only place it can get food is right here.
Yeah.
Then they take him to the other room. I actually wrote down what they say here. I think they just reiterate what happened pretty much. Doctor says some funny stuff. Nothing I wrote down specifically, though. Yeah, I think the next one I don't think there's anything super specific in here that we don't know already. I think it just explains the situation to Scorby here.
This is just, a standoff of words between the Doctor and Scorby, and you're seeing how much patience Scorby has. Not very much, and that he doesn't, believe the Doctor, but he can't really seem to get any other information out of him, right?
Exactly, yeah. He's about to actually smash him in the face, but then Stevenson comes in. He sees the lackeys are doing some hostage-tisms and tells him to drop the gun because he's heavily armed himself. Or so he thinks. Because unfortunately, the gun has already been tampered with by Scorby, that little rascal. And yeah, Scorby starts threatening and demanding some answers. And the doctor basically tells him what he already knows. What we already know, I mean, like as an audience.
Yeah.
And then Stevenson mentions the second pod, as we already touched upon. And
Yeah.
like,
So
where might go ahead. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the dialogue in that is. I can't think of it word for word, but I'm not sure if it flows or not. That's the thing.
Oh. Well, I didn't write anything down that it was like awful or anything. But yeah, he goes to threaten the doctor, who doesn't say anything. He goes to Charles, who doesn't even flinch when he's getting held at gunpoint.
Well, he's one of them fucking Chad botanists.
Oh yeah, he's like big dick energy all over the place. But as he holds the gun to Sarah, he's like, okay, it's in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Scorby gives Keela a gun. And he's like, oh, no, I don't want that gun. And it's like, just fucking take it.
Scorby takes Charles to threaten him. John. He takes John to threaten him to show him where the freezer is, leaving Keela with the gun.
Yeah.
And this doesn't actually achieve anything for the plot. It's just a great conversation between the characters.
Yeah, I think the doctor tells him,
Keela.
As far as I'm concerned, we're cool. As he basically says, it's like, oh, we don't have any problem with you.
You don't like violence, do you, Keela?
Yeah.
Well, it's I think it's a little. I think we have a scene in between this, like Keela being left there in the conversation. Do we cut to like Chase or something?
No. We go to the
John
freezer part.
The freezer, right?
Yeah.
Because when we cut back, this is where
the energy
Scorby finds out about the power plant. There's a moment where so when we get back to the conversation, I really like the opening line because it really highlights what's going on, right? The Keela is not comfortable in this hostage situation.
Mm.
He's holding the gun like up, like action stance the whole time.
Yeah.
And the doctor just opens with the line, "Your arm must be getting tired."
Yeah, and Sarah joins in. It's like, yeah, just have a little rest of your arm there.
You don't like violence, do you, Keela? What are you, a scientist? A botanist?
I just saw the doctor's face when we go back to the scene. He looks so annoyed. Just look at this. He goes like, like this is his reaction to getting held at gunpoint. He's like, oh god.
Keela is like equally doing. I don't know who the actor is, but he's doing a great job of just showing, that he's a fucking botanist who's suddenly been asked by the guy he's there with to hold people in a hostage situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look how uncomfortable he looks with the gun.
Yeah, he's like super tense. It's like, no, don't move.
Yeah, that's the word. He's tense.
Yeah.
He's tense as fuck.
Yeah, there you go, chat. Can see it too.
It's like, yeah, look at him. Like, he's holding the gun in that position the whole time.
The whole time, yeah.
Yeah, which, like, is so understandable. Like, that might seem natural to him, and you can tell how that feels like the thing that he should be doing, because, he's threatening these people.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks so uncomfortable and so, awkward.
Yeah.
He's clearly not used to this.
Absolutely not. He's a little goof, a little dingus. Yeah. Yeah, so the energy console, we already said that. Then I think he just comes back after they do the little things like, oh, you don't like violence, blah, blah, blah. And they basically, they grab, Scorby? No, they both grab Sarah because she needs to guide them to the energy shed. I think this is all that. Yeah, the episode is almost over.
Yes.
So yeah, oh yeah, they come back in. They come back in. And it's like, here, take the pod with the thing, which is now in like a little, I don't know, freezing container, like a cryo pod almost, to keep
Yeah.
it cool.
They do justify the fact that they have freezers in their base in the Antarctic. That does make sense.
Yeah. But yeah, they just go to the shed. He puts an explosive on there, which is set at 10 minutes. When Sarah says that's murder. You can't do that. Keela agrees and like, oh, we can't do that. That's just can't do this. But Scorpio says, oh, they're just all gonna be gone anyways. There's no hint. And that's when Keela's resistance stops immediately because he fails miserably to convince him not to kill anyone.
Ela, he's a bit he's not happy with this, but he's also not trying his best to stop it, is he?
He's like, oh, I guess if like everyone is gone.
He's just very anxious and playing along.
But yeah. Doctor crushes a little lamp on the floor, grabs some of the glass so they can free themselves through that.
Well, here's the thing, right? Is that Scorby gave Keela the gun.
Yeah.
Like, there was a point where Keela, if he was so inclined, could have just fucking killed Scorby and then let everyone go.
Yeah. Which he didn't do.
He did not. He's a little bit of a coward.
He is. He's just a little science man. I was like, I just want to look at the paws because it's interesting.
Little science boy.
Yeah. Like a little science boy. Yeah, Doctor just goes out to find Sarah. We have 1 minute left on the clock. Do we get an oh yeah, we do get the explosion already here.
Yeah, so they run as far as they can from the base and it blows up.
Yeah. Then we see the one Cronite goes into the shed because there's food there in form of Sarah and the doctor. I'm just trying to find, because it's a really short scene. There's the one scene where oh, there it is. Yeah, you see. Oh yeah, wait. I think I know why you got confused with the Crinoid being the same one. Because for some reason the Crinoid comes in from the outside, which does not make sense, because he was just still lying on the bed, like Mobier.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I don't know why he's coming from the outside. He should be coming in from the other door that is inside. Unless he moved
correct,
outside.
Unless he went outside and then came back in, which I guess that must be what happened, but why?
Yeah, but why? That's the question. But yeah, it's still 2, but it's still weird that it's coming from the outside in, and not from the bed to attack him. But yeah, he's just getting strangled. They're all running away, and we get a little explosionheimers.
For that, we see Scorby and Keela's plane take off. But yes,
we do, yeah. And we get like little models getting exploded, and everything explodes violently.
Dude, the explosions are so big.
And that's our credits. There we go.
That was like, I mean, in many, it's sort of a story of its own, but it has a climate, it rises to like a climax, and then it drops off again for episode 3.
Yeah.
And then it's going to start rising again.
Yeah, because now they grabbed the pod onto the plane and brought it back to Mr. Chase.
Yes.
So now we have an active, or they try to make an active pod in the city of, I guess it's London where we're situated.
I assume they're near London.
Yeah.
It's never clear where Chase's manor is, but it's around.
Absolutely. That's that. Episode 3 just starts with Sarah lying in the snow. Yeah.
So, do you think that the power plant just blowing everything up is the biggest plot issue, or is there a bigger one yet to come?
It's a good question. I don't remember. I'm not sure.
Fleem.
Do you have one?
I think the power plant just blowing everything up is the biggest problem.
I mean,
in
it's
this.
definitely a big one. It's just fucking stupid as a.
You're just like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that blows everything up. What a shitty fucking power you have there. Power mechanic. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. It's very, very dumbest.
I see why you decided to test this in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. Well, at least they had the safety mile in between. Oh, well.
Yeah, the explosion, went down the wires, Metal.
I hate wire explosions. Whoops. But yeah, we just start with Sarah waking up. Rescue team is already there. I guess you can say they were weirded out by the radio call they had, so they sent someone out there. That's probably the best I could come up with for them in time. Because if they only started to drive there when the explosion happened, I think Sarah should be fucked in the Antarctica.
Yeah. I mean, she's in a big coat.
Yeah, well, like no gloves or anything. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, so convenient timing, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll get that. We get this a lot here.
Yeah.
In all the episodes. And yeah, it's like, oh, there's the doctor, and he's just lying face down in the snow. Actually,
He's just sort of fine.
Yeah.
Actually, this area that they've got for the Antarctic isn't that small.
And he just wakes up and is like, oh, good morning. He's like, he doesn't even give a shit. He's like, just having a nap.
He's fun.
But yeah, lackeys are back at Mr. Chase's place. They brief him on what happened. And then Dunbar comes back and tells them, well, so much for what's
I
the
knew
word
you
I'm
wanted
looking
the part. I
for?
didn't know what terrible lengths you go to get it, is the line I'm remembering.
Yeah, that's what he says. I should have written it down. That's actually pretty important because Dunbar has like a little bit of a redemption arc, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Dunbar, I think, has a full redemption arc, really, in like part 4, I think, when he admits to the Bureau that he already has had dealings with Chase. He's basically, and then he goes in on his own to try and save the Doctor.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right.
It's like well, he's willing to he's willing to take bribes and stuff, but he's also willing to risk his life when he realizes that the people who he's been taking bribes from have been going too far. He's willing to risk his life to right what's been wronged.
Yep.
Cool character.
Cool. Mate, Dunbar tells him, like, oh no, the Doctor and Sarah are still alive and they're gonna be back soon. And they're gonna have a meeting with us, or me and the other guy, Colin, I think was his name, if I'm not mistaken.
Forgot about the butler.
Oh, it's the butler. Yeah, he's a butler.
What a great butler.
He just does everything. He doesn't give a flying toss.
He just does everything Chase says, but also with like a bit of sass, like a bit of butler sass.
Yeah.
Well, he's not sassy to Chase. He's sassy to everyone else.
He's like, oh, I guess I can do that. Later, when he talks with Scorby, you can hear it's like, oh yeah, I guess.
His name is literally Hargreaves as well.
But yeah, Doctor is back at the Bureau. Discusses what happened with Colin and Dunbar. And he guesses that the info must have been leaked from within the Bureau.
Because no one else knew about it.
And he also suspects that the pod must be in this country, in this very country. and if they don't find and stop the pod, it will be the end of everything, even your pension, he says to Colin.
He does.
Even your pension.
But besides that, they don't have any leads.
They don't, yeah.
So what are they gonna do, Metal?
Well, first, Colin tells the doctor that he gets all the support he needs, and Dunbar is like, yeah, I'll do all the arrangements. Wait, no, I feel like I missed something here. Science man? No. Hang on. I feel like I forgot to write something down here. Doesn't he go and he wants an appointment with the biological thingy where Chase is or something? I might be misremembering. I feel like I missed to write something down, because the next thing I have is Dunbar tells Chase that they're getting taken care of Sarah and the doctor, because they get driven away somewhere. But
there's somewhere, I can't remember where Sarah and the doctor want to go.
But yeah, they want to go.
They want to go somewhere that makes sense and is, follows. I can't remember where.
I think it's some biological institute or something, if I'm not mistaken.
But
yeah, but they get stopped at the exit, and it's like a driver's like, "Oh, this has been ordered for you." And it's like, "Oh, great, let's just keep moving."
Yes.
And Dunbar has a call with Chase and tells him that Sarah and Doctor are being taken care of, and they're getting driven into like a deserted place where the driver is trying to kill them with a gun.
Specifically, it's Chase's driver.
Yes.
This plan makes sense, I think.
Yeah, but he's very bad.
On behalf of Chase? Well, yeah, he's not a good assassin, is he?
He's a very bad assassin. Well,
he's a chauffeur.
Yeah, because Doctor grabs him and smashes him over. Just they don't run away. It's like, oh no.
I guess Scorby is in the Antarctic, so Chase can't use... Because Scorby would be the guy doing this, right?
Yeah.
But he's not back yet. No, he is back.
He is back.
Yeah, he is back. But the Doctor knows Scorby, so he can't.
Yeah. So they get away from him. They run into like
Hang on.
Yeah?
Hang on. Why is there a carrot? Why is someone in chat called Russian Bot 1350 typing in all caps gender fluid?
I don't know. Maybe he got his gender fluid all over the floor. I don't know.
Oh no.
You just have to wipe it up with a little nappy.
You gotta lick that up.
Or you could lick it up, I guess. I mean, I would have opted for a napkin or something.
That's the correct way to clean up gender fluid.
Okay. I don't lose my gender fluid everywhere all the time, so I'm not familiar with the proceedings.
Well, no, neither do I.
I keep my fluids in safe places. But yeah, they overwhelm the driver now that we finished our gender fluid talk.
The choreography for them getting the better of the assassin isn't horrible. It's just like, right, okay. Here's where my mind is for this scene. It's like, surely it shouldn't have been this easy for them to beat the guy who has a gun, and they don't.
Yeah.
However, I can't pinpoint the moment where like the chauffeur makes a stupid decision, or where like the choreography is bad, or like there's plot armor.
I think it's stupid how he falls over at the car, because he just gets like slightly pushed to the doctor and then just pushed slightly, but he just completely falls over and loses the gun.
Yeah, I suppose that would be it then.
Yeah. I tried to write gender fluid, but with 3 letters, but I was censored. Google stopped my gender fluid. How dare they? That's a whole arc in chat there as well. Anyway. Oh yeah, they go back to the car. They grab the key of the chauffeur. And I'm not even sure why she's checking the back of the car, the trunk. I didn't write it down.
I mean, yeah, like it's not. My best justification for it is like, I guess may as well. Like,
yeah. Because the doctor even gives her the key specifically so she can check the trunk. I can't remember if they say anything, to be honest. But yeah, there's a painting in there from.
It's sort of lucky, but also like not crazy lucky. I guess this would be in there.
Yeah, maybe because apparently he bought it but forgot to pay or something, which we later
Yes. So this is
figure
a
out.
painting that Chase has bought but not paid for. It's never explicit whether he deliberately was just like, I won't pay for this, or if it was like a mistake, if it slips his mind.
Yeah.
And knowing Chase, it could be either.
But yeah, she's apparently the most famous flower painter lady around, or something.
Yeah.
She's at least she's well known, and they ask her who she sold it to, but then she also says it was a very long time ago, which I'm confused by. So
Does she?
yeah, she says.
Well, that probably shouldn't be in the boot, should it? Then this is hyper convenient.
Yeah, because I'm pretty confident she says it's been a very long time. But I don't know how
I don't
true
remember
that
that
is
line,
because
but I will believe you.
I don't know. Let me see if I can maybe find it. She's also a bit crazy, I think. So I don't know how truthful she is, or how reliable, rather. Oh yeah, this is a long time ago. Hang on. Yeah, 9 minutes and 20 seconds. When she sees the picture, she says, "Oh, that was a long time ago." But I don't know what that means to her. Like, she's kind of nuts, so it might be 2 hours ago. I know. But yeah, she says it's a long time
Could be
ago.
that she painted it a long time ago.
Yeah.
She sold. I don't know why this line is here, to be honest. It
Yeah,
just sort of confuses things.
it does.
I was like, oh, if she was just like, oh, I sold that the other day, then it would be like, yeah, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, she eventually tells him that it was Mr. Chase, Mr. Harrison Chase.
Like the painting being in the boot and the fact that Chase has neglected to pay for it are both like super conveniences.
Yeah.
But everything will now flow naturally from those conveniences.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy fix as well, because it could have been that the driver just picked that painting up just now, and then this came up, and then he forgot and then he forgot to pay it because everything else happened during the episodes.
That would make sense.
It's an easy fix. So I don't know where they do this weird, oh, this was a long time ago, and then she appears like, oh, I want my money now at night, which is a plant, as we know, but it's I know, it seems like an easy fix. So I don't know why they did it that weirdly.
Like most of the problems in this are an easy fix,
They
right?
are. They really are.
Just, yeah. Except the power plant one. I can't think of
Yeah,
how to
that one
fix
is just
that.
fucking stupid. Anyway, we're back to a little bit to Mr. Chase and Keela. Because he's trying to revive the pod. But also makes sure that Chase realizes, like, oh, this is dangerous. Like, there was a fucked up shit happening in Antarctica. And he's like, I don't care. Eat shit.
Yeah.
Just make it happen. But then Chase gets notified that the driver is in the hospital. So he knows that the driver won't be coming back as fast. But obviously the guard doesn't know yet. So the doctor just puts on the little chauffeur hat and asks Sarah, how do I look?
It makes sense. Like this bit, I think, like they just see Chase's car pulling up to the drive. They're like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't imagine that they look very closely at the doctor's face, because I don't feel that they would need to necessarily. Like I don't feel that that's something that they would necessarily do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm happy with this.
Right, so they drive right in, and they're doing like a little planning. It's like, oh, we're going through the front. It's like, no, we're going through the back door.
They get caught out by some guards.
Yeah, they run a little bit, like a couple of seconds, but then they get caught by Scorby.
Yeah.
So their plan was
And
very
then he
bad.
says, yes, grab us. We're very dangerous.
Oh, this is where it happened. Oh, okay. That fits, yeah. So they get spotted, they run away. I actually thought those security guards had like straight up rifles and shit, but then I saw it was Uzis. I was like, okay, that makes more sense. Because I was about to write down, it's like, why do these guards have so heavily armed? It's like, oh no, wait, Uzis actually make a bit more sense.
So it's still strange. I feel like maybe maybe Chase has a bit more security that makes sense for him to.
Yeah.
And that they kind of cause a problem in the story where all of them being here mean that there needs to be more, just because there are so many armed guards, there needs to be more plot armor to keep the Doctor and Sarah alive later on in the episode, or even here.
Yeah, because he starts shooting and just misses.
It would make sense to me if we, just strip back the security a bit. Chase as a private individual, I wouldn't. If I was watching a version of this episode without them, I wouldn't be there going, "What the fuck? Why doesn't Chase have several armed guards with Uzis running around the place?"
Yeah.
It feels like just removing them would make sense.
Or just make it normal security, I guess, with like, I don't know, tasers or something, or pepper spray.
Yeah.
But he's like almost like evil corporation security with like Uzis and uniforms.
Yeah, it's like, how the fuck did he get this rich? Like, that's never addressed, by the way. It's just like, he has lots of money.
He's just filthy rich.
He's a millionaire, which is what they call him, which in the 70s,
That's a...
I'll look up how much money that would be if you want to continue with the plot.
Absolutely. So, Doctor and Sarah get taken to Mr. Chase, and they're face to face for the first time. And the Doctor introduces himself, Sarah, also Scorby.
Yes. Just Chase's reaction to it is crazy. Yes, thank you, Doctor. We are already acquainted.
Yeah. This is also where, for the first time, I wrote down, I thought he had some weird screwdriver thingy. Because I thought that's a weapon of his or something, but
It is not a weapon. It is a coom gun.
Yeah. And then Chase does like the super tropey evil thing, because he decides to execute them, but only after showing him all their flowers. All the flowers.
Yeah, it is really funny.
Because evil man reasons.
Here's the thing, right? I believe it from Chase.
Oh yeah, he's fucking insane. He's just like, oh, you're gonna die, but I want to show you my flowers.
Like, if any character is doing that, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, being able to make the pod germinate and flower will make his life work complete. And then I wrote down that hopefully nobody tells him that someone just with a lamp did it already. That would be probably devastating to him.
Yeah. By the way, £1 million in 1976 would be worth £7 million today.
Not bad.
Which I was expecting it to be more than that, but...
Yeah. But yeah, Chase just does weird flower talk, and he talks about how different light patterns can influence some mindless things, and the Doctor just says, yes, like Scorby over here.
What was Scorby's line after that? Just like, enjoy yourself while you can, Doctor.
And then he also leans into Scorby and is like, also, where's Keela, Ed? At the pod, I assume. It's like, where else would he be? So he figures out that he's already doing research on the pod with that. And also we see that Keela manages to make the pod flower. So shit's getting nasty.
Wait, that doesn't happen yet.
Time-wise. Well, oh wait, he's doing his... No, wait. No. Keela says something is happening, and he tells the butler to get Mr. Chase.
Ah, yes.
But then we go back
yes.
to Mr. Chase, who's making weird music with his
Yeah,
things.
he plays music on a cool synth to his plants.
So here was my thinking. I was like, oh, this is probably going to be used to stop the crinoid later on. But
Or the music.
yeah, because I thought it would be a pretty clever way to do it, but they just blow it up. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, you can't say it doesn't make sense that they blow it up.
yeah. Because they show it so deliberately and even make music for it. It was like little.
No, this is literally just here to show you that, yeah, Chase, he's fucking nuts,
yeah, he's
man.
insane. He's just a.
People say you should talk to plants. I believe that. I also play my plants music.
just like weird noises, like.
Yeah. Just to be clear, chat. It's not conventional music.
He's not. Actually, let me play a little bit because I think it's pretty funny. It's like really.
I will listen on stream.
Oh, great. I started right when he finished it. Hang on.
I said the music's terrible.
All right. Sarah says something. And Doctor says, music is terrible. And he's like, huh? The music is terrible. Oh, yeah, here. Listen to this. This is like router noises.
IDM.
It's so he's fucking insane. It's like little knobs he can turn and twist. It's like, yeah, music.
Such a good character though. Like I would love to see just like other I'd just love to see the same character pop up in other shows and they take him on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Captain Picard gets kidnapped by Chase.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah, Sarah says they need to get out. And then the doctor says, yeah, the music is terrible. And Sarah's like, huh? And just says loud, music is terrible. It's fucking
Very
love it.
fun.
It's so funny. Yeah, then the butler arrives. Tells Chase, oh, it's urgent, Tequila's thing, something's happening to the pod, whatever. And Chase goes there, tells the doctor, and Sarah's like, oh, they probably won't mind another few minutes before they die. And he leaves. He's so fucking dumb and insane.
Like, this is one of the perfect like examples of like characters doing things because they're insane. Isn't like a justification for any behavior. It's justification for the kind of insane shit that they would do.
Yeah.
Chase is very consistently insane in the way that he is insane.
Because he also... He thinks he's in control all the time.
Yeah.
But he never is, I feel like. Just...
like, he doesn't seem to have a perception that things might
wrong.
not go his way.
Yeah. So Keela again says, oh, it's very dangerous. Like, yeah, whatever, put 15 more grams of nitrogen in there. It's like, okay.
I make the decision, this Keela, and I say more nitrogen.
More. Yeah, then the doctor and Sarah overwhelm Scorby.
Oh, this moment's fucking weird.
Yeah, because the doctor just runs in front and just does like a, oh, I'm here, now I'm over there. Then Sarah grabs the gun. The doctor punches him in the gut, and then it looks like he breaks his neck.
Yes. And then he just gets up like, ow.
Yeah, it's like, oh, man.
It's like, I genuinely
Like,
think
for a second, I thought he just straight up fucking murdered him right on the spot. It's like, just fuck you.
It was like, I genuinely think that what happened here is that the person choreographing this or whatever didn't realize that breaking someone's neck kills them. Like,
that's great.
it's just so... There's no explanation for this. It's just what... Hang on. Why did that happen? Okay, I guess.
Let me show that on stream, actually, because it's really funny.
It did already pop up a second ago.
Yeah, I went back, but I get rid of my overlay. So yeah, chat, look at this. So they just go in here, and it's like, oh, whoop, oh, I'm over here. Nope. I'm over here. It's like, oh, grab the gun, kick it, and then do a little pause just to be sure that I don't get copyright fleamed. Do the little boy over there. Okay.
Again, the thing about this choreography is that I could believe that this encounter went this way.
Yeah.
But what I don't believe is that like, basically they just don't get shot because they get lucky. Like
Yeah.
there's no concrete plan here. They just sort of fleem around and it works out for them. And there's no one moment where it's like that wouldn't have worked, right?
Yeah,
However,
and then you see this. He punches him in the gut, and I was like, eh. He just falls over.
Yeah.
They run away, and Score's like, ah, my chest. But he's grabbing his throat. But it's just funny. He's like, oh, that's annoying.
it's like it could have been like a punch in the throat, and then you show like Scorby like coughing on the ground. That would make sense.
Like I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my god, it's like breakneck choreography.
Is it? But it's like, but I think for like most people watching this, it's like, whoa, hang on, oh, okay.
Oh, he's fine. Oh, never mind. But yeah, that was because I straight up thought he just fucking murdered him right there. It's like, oh well, goodbye, Scorby. And then he just gets up. It's like, oh, never mind, he's fine. But yeah, they don't escape fully though, because they decide, oh, we need to do something about the pod because it's about to hatch.
Yeah.
So they split up. The doctor sneaks back in, makes it to the top of the building to take a peek through the.
Oh, could it be argued that Scorby won't shoot the doctor because he knows that Chase will get mad at him if he does?
Maybe.
Because at this point, like from this point onwards, like for a lot of it, right? We don't know it yet, but there's a specific way that Chase wants to kill the doctor. And as soon as that's established, like there's loads of scenes where characters have an easy shot on the doctor, but they're specifically not shooting him because they know that Chase would get mad because he wants to kill him in his special fun way. That might already apply. I'm not sure.
Maybe, yeah.
Which would lend more credence to the choreography as it is.
Yeah. So they climb over the wall. Chase is looking at the pod, waiting for something to happen, I guess. Keela is not happy. He's like, that's probably not the right thing to do, but you're the boss, I guess. I think that we just go to some places. The doctor sneaks into the house or the mansion, goes all the way to the top. Sarah just gets immediately taken again after they split up.
She does.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking guard has like a little bit of a pat. Like he just has a bit of a moment, doesn't he, when he gets there?
Yeah, it's like, don't say anything. And they just
I
like
can't
this
remember what his
little
lines
whistle.
are, but he's just like, I feel like you're enjoying having caught her too much, mate.
They go up, they take Sarah to Chase. They decide to use her as the...
See a good chat. If someone broke my neck, I sure would get disoriented.
It's like, hey. But yeah, the doctor looks through the top window. Is there like a special... There's probably a proper name for those ceiling windows.
Skylight.
Skylights, that's the one. I actually heard that before, but I haven't used it in a while. He looks at them doing the thing, then they bring Sarah in, preparing her to get
Actually,
snatched by...
That would be a fix for this if Chase was specifically ordering Scorby to keep... Actually, he might have been specifically ordering to keep them alive. No, he wasn't. Specifically ordering to keep the Doctor and Sarah alive as potential subjects for the Crinoid. That makes perfect sense. That should be a line that's in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But it isn't.
It isn't. Metal slurp. No. Oh, can you hear me chew my chewing gum? I'll put my microphone back a little bit. Sorry.
I can't hear it.
It's because
Maybe they've got you turned way up and they're listening to all of your noises.
Well, you have the Discord filter in between as well, so...
Oh, that's true. They don't have that.
Yeah. But yeah, they prepare Sarah to be snatched by the pod, and it's there's a little twitch and shleem.
It makes the little pod twitch.
Makes a little pod twitch, and then that's the end of that episode.
And then everyone in the 70s watching it had to wait a week to find out what happened.
Ah, those fools. We're not in the 70s though, so we can just move
we had to wait
along.
50 years
50 to watch it all. Righty. Episode 4.
I'm ready.
Ready, Shleem. Basically just starts with the Doctor yeeting himself through the skylight.
Like a Chad.
Like a Chad. He's like, "Stop right there, evil scum! You're facing the Doctor." Okay, I made that part up.
No, that's what he says.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he just tosses away one of the guards. He breaks it like a little stool on the.
And he gets the gun.
On Scory's thing, gets the gun. Just gives Mr. Chase a little push. He's like, "Ha!" And then they run away.
And while all that was going on, Keela got in the way of the pod as it germinated, right?
Yeah, because it latches onto Keela.
What else? I hang on. So
it comes out. Keela is right there. It's like, "Oh no! My arm! No!"
Again, like it probably looked good on the page, but the production lets it down a little bit. Where it's just like, Keela, you need to stand there for a while with your arm near the pod. And,
Yeah. Also, make sure your sleeves are up as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were for the whole time, right? I guess it could have touched his hand if they weren't.
Yeah. But yeah, Doctor and Sarah run away. The Doctor makes Sarah hide in like a little, I don't even know what that is.
Bush.
Little bush. It's like a little thing that can go inside even. I don't know, it doesn't matter. It hides there. Keela is already like green everywhere.
And he's shaking. Look at him go.
Yeah. Also, Sarah says, "Oh, you can't take them all by yourself." It's like, "Oh, I don't. I have this pistol." And Sarah mentions, "You don't even know to use it." And it's like, "Yeah, but they don't know that."
The line is slightly different, Metal. I'm going to cancel
sorry,
it.
no.
But there is an important distinction. She says you would never use it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Well, it's an interesting distinction between this and the new worse stuff.
Oh yeah.
Where current Doctor would never pick up that gun.
Wait, that's a lie, isn't it?
Well, no, she absolutely wouldn't. She would do other things, but like, she gets like she has an irrational distaste for guns instead of like a rational, dislike of violence.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
She's just like, gun, no, I'm not touching that. Evil object.
Evil object. Also, yeah, there's Keela being all green. He's like twitching. He's like, help me, I need a doctor. And he's taking off his coat as well.
Yeah.
He's not having a good time. That's for sure.
He's having lots of fun.
Yeah, he's having a great time. Wait, that's the opposite of what I just said. You fooled me.
Try harder.
React harder. I'm reacting so hard right now. I already coomed twice while reacting.
According to people in my Twitter mentions, the new Doctor Who episode is bad.
People said that in chat as well. This is why you should have just watched this the whole time. And if you don't, you're a bad person.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that people are watching this are having infinitely more fun than watching current episode.
Fucking better.
Yeah.
I'll kill them. Especially the ones who donated something, because I literally have their emails.
I have like 3 layers to that joke. I could feel like my laugh got progressively louder as I noticed each layer.
It just works sometimes. Anyway,
Anyway.
so yeah, we see me doing a little Crumbleton with my throat.
You.
Yeah, Keela just begging Chase is like, I need a doctor, please help me. And it's like, don't be foolish, we'll take care of you here. And
And then he talks to Hargreaves as well, and Hargreaves is like, I'm sure Mr. Chase knows what's best.
yeah, exactly. And he's just looking at his arm. It's like, oh, this is fascinating.
This is the most interesting arm I've ever seen.
It probably really is, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Doctor sneaks back in. Scorby is right behind him. It's like, I got you now, but I'm not gonna shoot again because I do wood chipper or compost chipper stuff. But yeah, they take Gila and drag him away to like a little side house, I guess.
Yeah, I think like a guest house or something.
Yeah, guest house is probably the right thingy. But then we also
it's like a little cottage in the grounds.
yeah see Sarah do a little hidey while they drag away Keela. The doctor arrives in the lab. He just puts the gun onto the side. Just gets rid of it immediately.
Yeah. I'm happy. So, right. It makes sense to me that he gets rid of the gun, right? He doesn't particularly like guns as a character.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense to me that as soon as he feels he doesn't need it, he would get rid of it. It also makes sense to me that at some point after he got rid of the gun, he would probably be threatened by someone because he's in a hostile environment.
Yeah.
It bugs me that the second he puts down the gun, Scorby approaches him with a gun like, hey, doctor.
You dingus.
You regret putting that gun down, don't you? And you know what? And honestly, it would have been cooler to see a confrontation between Scorby, who has a gun, and the Doctor, who has a gun, and the Doctor, and like Scorby calling the Doctor's bluff, I guess.
Yeah. You could have made it a little bit more interesting for sure. But yeah, just another small thing again, right? It was like,
Yeah,
could have done a little bit different, and everything would be better.
yeah, most of the issues with this, just that could have been improved, but it's not horrible.
Yeah.
Like most of the issues.
I like that Scorby takes the gun and puts it in his pocket, though, when he sees it. He just grabs it and puts it in his pocket. But yeah, he gets...
all these neat little details.
Yeah, so now we got the Doctor captured again.
There is a lot of that in this, isn't there?
Yeah. Then we see them putting Keela, as already mentioned, they put Keela in the little guest house. Sarah sees it from hiding, I think. But I think that might be... No, I think he sees them going out of it. It's coming up shortly. I'm not super sure what the order was. But yeah, they bring the Doctor, they meaning Scorby and a guard, bring him into a little, I don't know, a room that has like a compost machine / wood chipper thingy.
So this is peak Chase, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're gonna kill you in here, and you're just gonna get scattered over all the things outside.
Chase has a machine that turns people into compost.
Yeah. He says it later, we put everything organic in there. Food, other things. He says other things specifically. It's like, oh no, how many did you throw in there already?
I mean, I believe that he's put a lot of people in this composter.
I do too. What I find a little bit silly and funny, Scorby turns on the machine, and later when Chase comes, the first thing Chase does is turns it off.
That's fun.
It's like, stop wasting electricity. What the fuck? But yeah, Sarah gets out of hiding and sees Chase and... Wait.
Hila? No,
No,
Scorby.
I'm just checking if I'm getting the order right. No, she's getting out of hiding. She hasn't seen anything yet. She got out of hiding. But Keela is in the bed, already green with everything. But he's still himself for now.
Yes.
But Chase is sitting right next to him with the butler, just looking at him like a fucking maniac. Just wanting to see what happens. Because he's enjoying the growth of the plant. He even says Keela is privileged to be turned into a new form of plant. And we're making history together here.
Well, it's a fun thing about Chase. It's like, right, he I genuinely think that he believes what he's saying, but he also, there's no way he wants it to be him. Like, he thinks that Keela is privileged to be turning into a plant, but there's also a reason he is not volunteered for the process. And I don't think that it is that he doesn't view it as a privilege, but it's that, like, he thinks that he's important and he needs to be there to, like, protect plants himself. Like, he views himself as having, like, a very important duty to the world that he unfortunately wouldn't be able to fulfill if he became a plant.
Yeah. Right, so the butler and Chase leave the shed. Sarah sees them exit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It's also dark now, which happens kind of fast, because the last shot was light outside, but now it's pitch dark.
Yeah, it does get dark pretty fast.
I got confused when I was watching. It's like, wait, why is it dark? Did I miss something? And I was like, oh no, it just happened now. I guess they've been sitting there for a bit, I guess. Again, not a huge issue. It just stood out to me.
It would be cool if they showed, like, the last shot before they went in the house was like the sun was going down. But I imagine this was, like, probably a production issue or something, right? Where
Probably.
I don't know if they just, because it is low production value, right? It's if more thought and time had been put into it, they would almost certainly have shown a scene where the sun was going down. But I'm not sure if it was never planned to be done that way, or if it was just they couldn't get the shot at the right time, or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah. So yeah, Sarah sees them getting out. She's sneaking around and is gonna sneak into the shed or the guest house in a little bit. Scorby is back with Chase. I don't remember what they do here. This is where the old lady arrives.
Yes. And it seems super convenient at first.
It seems super convenient. It's like, oh, I want to get my money now.
You never paid me for the painting, you bastard.
Exactly, you prick.
Yeah.
And then there's some back and forth, and he's like, oh, it's urgent. It's like, oh, okay, fine, send it to the library or whatever. So, yeah, she gets in like that. Let me just adjust the footage here. Right, so Sarah is now in the guest house where Keela is. But she's not super afraid of it, I think, when she sees it, because I guess she's seen it before, so... And I guess she's seen weirder things running around with the doctor a lot of times, so... I can believe that she's not super freaked out by seeing something weird.
Yeah. She's seen a lot of weird shit. What stories come before this?
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, she's been with the doctor a while at this point.
Yeah. I mean, she kind of gasps, but that's about it. I think Keela reassures her, it's like, oh, it's fine, I'm still myself. I don't know, I have an idea where the doctor might be. And it's like, oh, and untie me, and then we can look for the doctor together. But fortunately, Sarah is smart. It's like, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
And I think is this scene or the next scene? No, the butler comes around, so she has to hide in like a closet or whatever, because the butler brings him some food, which I think is just raw meat, if I'm not being mistaken.
Is it?
It looks.
I thought it was like a fancy dish or something. Is it just raw meat?
It just looks like
I've never-
chunks of meat. I could be wrong. Can't really tell super, but it just looks like chunks of meat.
I swear, Chase
Here.
names the meal at some point.
Here,
Like
look,
Chase orders a specific meal for Keela.
well, look at this. This might be
I
well
can't-
done
the stream is
steak.
buffering.
It might be steak, actually.
Ew.
It's hard to tell with the quality of, well, 1970s television, to be honest.
Yes. I think
'Cause
there's
when-
a line of dialogue where Chase asked Hargreaves to get a specific dish, but I can't remember what it is.
Okay,
Or
I don't
when.
remember that. I'm just not sure. When I was watching, I thought it was just raw meat because that's what it looked like. but yeah.
Yeah.
No problemo one way or another. Beef Wellington, maybe? That doesn't look like beef Wellington. I could be wrong. I never had any. I hope I'm not mixing up. I'm not mixing up dishes. Isn't beef Wellington with the dough around it?
I have no idea what the fuck a beef Wellington is, to be honest, Metal.
Beef, man.
I'm not the kind of British who knows what a beef Wellington is.
Okay, I was right. It was like, well, yeah, steak dish of English origin made out of fillet steak coated with pâté. And duchelles wrapped in puff pastry. That's something I always wanted to make myself because it looks fucking delicious. Anyway,
Yes.
Butler gives food. Oh, all right. The lady is called Lady Ducat. There we go. I knew I've written it down here somewhere. Because she's just chilling in the library now, waiting for Chase. She's just having a little cigarette, little cigar thingy. I think it's like one of those thin cigars. I think there's a name for those, but
It's
I
like
forget.
it's like the cigarette that's in like a long pipe that you've just put the cigarette in the end of.
No, it's not that thing. It's like a long cigarette that is brown like a cigar, but they're called differently. It's not a cigar or a cigarette. It's something in between.
Cigarello?
Yes, that's the one. That's the term I was looking for.
I know that because some of the guys at my school when I was like 17 thought they were really cool for smoking cigarellos.
But yeah, they don't actually say anything super important, to be honest. They just have a little back and forth, like, oh, you have to pay me, and it's like, oh, you have nice flowers. Like, yeah, I do. It's sad that you came here in the time where they don't bloom nicely, and blah blah blah. I don't think there's anything important in their conversation here. The only important thing that happens with her is when she finds Sarah.
Yeah, I mean it's nice dialogue, but it's like
Yeah.
it's not crucial or anything, right?
Exactly. It all turns out so he gives her a check over £1,000 or something. It's like, oh, for inflation, and then he tells Scorby to lead her out. Poor Scorby, he just has to do fucking everything here. Get the
Like,
old
even
lady
though, like,
to the gate.
You kind of
Capture-
empathize with Scorby in this, even though like his goal is to kill everyone. You just kind of vibe with how annoyed he would be at this point.
Yeah, it's like, oh, just give me a fucking break, please. Yeah, because Scorby comes in and is like, oh, our recycling project, should I do it? It's like, no, I want to look at it myself.
Yeah.
Right. Chase. Oh yeah. Sarah gets out of hiding, but she just leaves Keela there. Keela is like barely conscious now, I think. But yeah,
Is this the last time we see Keela as Keela?
this might be the last time. I think the butler comes back later with more food, but then he just goes like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But now Chase is back with the doctor at the compost machine thingy. And this is
Oh,
where
I know what the meal, Metal. I know what the meal he gives Keela is.
What is it?
Speck.
Ah, Speck. Sehr gut. Right, this is where Chase said that he makes sure that they only put organic things in it, and the next time the machine turns on, it will need something to bite on.
Yeah.
And
Your,
Doctor,
your death will be excruciating, but mercifully quick.
yeah, and when he says like only organic stuff, it's like, oh, that's very good of you. The Doctor says, He says it differently. I'm paraphrasing because
I
don't
can't remember
know
the line.
words.
It's a good line, but I can't remember it right now.
It's very considerate of you that you.
It's a very, very something. It's the perfect word, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
what it says.
yeah. Same.
Enterprising? No. One of them words.
Yeah, put word in there and finish our sentence, and you
Imagine a really good word. That's the one he said.
and then you get one beef Wellington point. There you go. Yeah, Sarah's still flooping about. Now she's hiding behind a little armor of a knight. Yeah, Lady Dukas is just fucking about. It's like, oh, this might be old and stuff. A guard gets a grab of Scorby. I don't remember what he tells him. Something that Sarah is still around or something. And then Sarah gets a hold of Lady Dukas and tells her that she needs to tell the bureau.
So this happening here is pretty convenient.
Yeah. Because now Sarah can tell her, no, the pod is here, tell the bureau, the doctor is trapped, we can get out of here, please let them know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then Scorby comes back.
It seems even more convenient than it is at this point as well, because we don't know why she's there, really.
Yes, yeah. And then Scorby's like, who are you talking to? It's like, talking to? Oh, I'm just old, I talk to myself. It's gonna happen to you too. It's like, okay. And then she just goes like, oh, the exit is this direction, right? I was like, oh, yeah. And then I leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right back at Chase and the doctor. Doctor is tied to the compost machine.
Yes.
Which Chase puts on automatic, so it'll take a couple of minutes before it turns on, because he's evil man, and we need more convenience so the doctor doesn't die.
This is the one where I don't feel it's justified because he's crazy. It's just like, yeah, that's convenient. He probably should have just turned it on and then watched the doctor go in. That's what I believe Chase would do.
Yeah. Because then after that he just leaves as well. And also all the guards leave. Everyone leaves this room except the doctor who's about to die.
Convenient. No, that's beyond a contrivance, I think. That's just a hole. That's just a...
Yeah.
We sort of gave up at this point of the script. The villain leaves...
Also, Scorby leaves, or is already gone, and there's no guards here. Yeah, it's dumb. I didn't like that part. Yeah, and then we see Lady Dukas going back to her car, and then we see, oh, the leader of the bureau is here, and also Dunbar, and you're like, oh no, Dunbar is just gonna fuck it up for us all. That rascal.
Fuck.
I'm
gonna fuck him.
Okay. Right, so she tells her everything. It's like, oh, so they did do the thing. It was Chase's doing. But then Dunbar is like, I'm gonna go in on my own. And it's like, oh, there's no way. You're not gonna make it through the guards. Like, oh, I will, because I've been here before. They know me. I have to rectify my error.
Yeah.
And if you...
So that's his confession as well.
Yeah, it's his confession, because he goes in alone. It's like, oh, if I'm not back in 30 minutes, then you can call unit.
That's a cool moment for Dunbar.
That it is. Yeah, and that's just little arc Dunzo here. He realized he's done a big dumbus, and now he wants to help. But yeah, now the butler is back. But now now Keela is like all goopy. He's like, you can still kind of make out a face. Hang on, let me put it on screen. But it goes in here, it's like, oh god, what is happening? And
With somewhat better effects, this could be so horrifying.
It could be, but now he's just like...
And I imagine it would have been like horrifying if you were like, 12 and you were watching this on a low quality television, so you couldn't quite make out all the shapes.
Yeah.
Well, it's like... Because this is a family show, right? This was watched by kids. I think the compost machine goes fucking hard. Like...
I did a quick wiki because I was interested to see how it was perceived back in the day, and apparently got a bunch of flack for being so gruesome. And so like, oh, there's like strangulation and this and that. I'm just sitting here, it's like, oh, this is mild.
This is an era when Doctor Who got a lot of complaints from people about, it's not appropriate for kids.
Aw.
It's too violent.
Sad face. But yeah, now Keela is fully transformed. He gets off the bed and he's now out for food. Right. Doctor's looking at the shredder, but oh boy, luckily Sarah just made it here to save him. And there's not a single guard in sight. Yeah, she's trying to save him. First thing she tries is to jump in.
And
then she presses the wrong button, and the doctor's like, no, not that one, no!
Because it goes faster.
It goes faster, yeah.
Not that button, the other button, please!
He's so scared. Oh, yeah, then the scene ends with the doctor saying, oh, this would have been such a waste. Get it? Because compost is waste. It's funny.
Yeah.
Funny joke.
Okay, Yoda.
Yeah, but Dunbar just straight up made it to Chase because, well, he's known here, so he had no problems getting in. Wait, hang on. I think I skipped something. Oh no, he's talking to Chase, like, oh, we need to stop this thing, blah, 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 blah. And Dunbar's like, I'm gonna stop it. And he's like, you're not gonna make it past the guards. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna try. Because Dunbar is having his hero time. And then Chase just yells.
Dunbar is the man Keelan wishes he could be.
And again, more work for Scorby, because Chase just yells, Scorby, get Dunbar! Like, Scorby's not even in the room. He just yells into his fucking mansion. And you just see Scorby running after. It's like, fuck this shit. It's really funny.
It is.
Yeah, and then Doctor and Sarah make it back to Keela, which makes sense because Sarah knows where it is. Good job.
Yeah.
But then immediately after, Dunbar sees it. And it's fucking big as shit now and looks very floopy.
This is the flumpiest effect. It's like someone's behind, it's just this like big shape, and someone's inside it going.
Yeah, I go, oh, that.
You want to get the shot where it's like running after them. That's the one you want to show.
This is doing the blibble blobble. Hang on. Dunbar shoots it a couple of times, but nothing happens. It's just slowly walking towards him. I want to put the shot right before it charges the Doctor and Sarah, because it catches Dunbar and just eats him. I guess I'm not sure how it nourishes. I guess
that's. It doesn't kill Dunbar, does it? Does it?
That's the last time we see Dunbar.
It is. You're right. I was thinking of Collins.
Yeah.
In the later scenes.
Yeah. Also, the Doctor grabbed the sword. The Doctor grabbed the sword
from the.
Look at this! Look at this! It goes like. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Oh, there's blah 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 blah. It's so funny. Hang on, let me.
It is like it's the embodiment of a Wumbo word.
It is. Oh, here! Look at this! Look at this! Wrong button. Dang it.
Not that button!
Look at this. And then we cut to credits.
Oh, my chair just broke.
Oh, not again.
It keeps happening, you're right.
But yeah, this is our cliffhanger. The Doctor's gonna die.
It's really funny, because like in the script, would have looked great. It's like, yeah, the cliffhanger, the monster has escaped the cottage and it's now chasing after the Doctor. And then when they shot it,
stop breaking shit. No.
Still
Oh,
probably scared kids at the time, but it's funny.
but yeah, we have the crinoid is full flumpy now.
You know what? Actually, this might have been. I can't remember. I think this might have been as a kid the first time I saw like a special effect in something and thought that looked bad.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
I can see it, to be honest. It looks very obviously flumpy. Second to last episode, man, we almost did it. I think
Yes.
my notes got like all like one sentences here at some point. Because especially the last episode is just go here, there, here, there, here, there, boom. I feel like still plenty of stuff to go through. But yeah, we just have a little recap from the last episode, obviously, because the people that are 15,000 years old now had to wait a week back in the day. But we see some guards appearing, and I think Scorby too. I think he's coming around with the guards. And they start shooting the thing immediately, which I liked. It's like, oh, they're not just doing some dumb
Big
shit.
thing. Oh, there's a line of dialogue here that gets reused in a modern one that people know really well. A line of I don't even know if it's a deliberate reference or not, but like I noticed it as I was watching that Mr. Chase, when talking to his guards, he's like, stop shooting it. And then someone replies to him, they'll die or whatever, right? He goes, those guards are replaceable. That crinoid is unique.
Yeah,
Which is a
right.
line
Yeah,
that
he
we
says
also hear Henry Van Staten say in an episode called Dalek. That won't mean anything to you, Metal, but
You're right.
it's for the viewers. Some of them probably will understand that connection, maybe.
Well, there you go.
Hey, unless there's no other Doctor Who fans here except me,
Okay.
I'm sure someone will remember.
Yeah. Yeah. Scorby is willing to kill it, but Chase is adamant of keeping it alive because, as you said, it is unique.
Yes.
So yeah, Crinoid is trying to get to the house, or into the house, rather. But they kind of fight off the weird tentacle thing that's coming in. Oh boy. And they get themselves some time. But then the Crinoid starts talking. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I thought
it's
it's
the only
really-
time it happens.
Yeah, and I think the Doctor is surprised as well. He didn't expect that to happen because he didn't know they could.
Well, you get the impression from the story that he's never actually seen one before. He's just like heard about them,
Yeah.
which is neat. I like that.
Yeah, and the Crinoid put them to give them a choice, pretty much, an ultimatum, if you will. Give us the Doctor until daybreak, and we will spare the other ones. And according to the Doctor, oh, thank you, voice, good job. According to the Doctor, this thing will be big enough to just trample down the whole house at daybreak. So you probably don't want to put me out there because I'm the only one who has any idea to maybe kill it.
This is also the part where Scorby has, I think, Scorby has a Scorby moment in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're figuring out, because Scorby obviously wants to throw the Doctor to the Crinoid because he's Scorby.
Absolutely. He's like, that sounds like a good deal. Get out of there. Save us all.
Yeah, I mean, Scorby doesn't just do like the cliche thing of like trying to push him out, right? Scorby, he is a more nuanced character than just generic henchman. Has recognized like how the Doctor is as a person and says, well, Doctor, you're this altruistic man. Surely you should be throwing yourself out there to save us.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just generic grunt.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they have some back and forth, as just mentioned, and then the Doctor asks him, "Oh, can you make a firebomb of sorts?
Yeah.
So you can distract the thing, and I can just go out and distract it, so you can all get to safety."
Are you gonna mention Scorby's line after that, or will I?
I don't have it written down, so go ahead. So I can
It's
manage
just a
that
sort
or
of
something.
I'm not sure if this is intentional, but I'm not sure if this is an intentional moment to like make a joke about how Scorby's dumb, but that's not how it's played across.
Okay.
Is that the doctor's going, Scorby, could you make a firebomb of some kind? And Scorby says, what for? You're sort of like,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
wonder what for, Scorby.
yeah. Oh yeah. Now that you mention it, I don't know why I didn't write that down because like, what do you mean? What for? You're getting attacked by an alien.
We're getting attacked by an alien tree. Why do you want to make a firebomb?
Yeah.
I was like, no, actually, the thing that makes me think it's not a deliberate joke is that the doctor doesn't like riff off of it or anything. He just answers. It's
Yeah.
like, surely, I think if they realized that that was a dumb line when they wrote it, the doctor would, be sarcastic or something in response.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know, I'm hungry and want to make some marshmallows or
Yeah.
something along those lines. But you're just like, oh, so we can distract it. Then we get like a short scene in the bureau where, oh yeah, he's called Colin Thackeray apparently, because he tries to get a hold of Unit, which is
Yes.
which I now know what it is, like the special unit that specializes on those threats, I guess. Also, the old lady is like doing some banter while he's trying to do this thing. That's everything that happens there. I don't know. It's just kind of in there for a little funny thing. He's like, oh, all those services are never available if you need them. And then Thackeray's like, I'm one of those services. And then she says, yeah, so you know what I mean, right? It's like, yeah, surely. So now please get the fuck out of my office.
Just all of the characters in this are so much fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
I would love a show that was just all of these people the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these characters only appear in these 6 episodes.
No, yeah, well, sad
But,
face.
in a lot of other episodes, we get characters just as good as this.
Yeah. All right. Now we get a little short scene with Chase where he's preparing a camera to go outside and take pictures of the specimen.
Yeah.
And the butler is basically like, "Why are you insane? Just don't do that."
But he's still butlery.
Yeah. Now it's daytime again. And apparently it took Scorby all night to fill some liquid into the little bottle.
Yeah. It's a weird decision, isn't it?
Because this firebomb is basically just, oh, let me get this lighter fuel and put it in this bottle and put some
They
cotton
literally
in it.
describe it as a Molotov cocktail.
It is a Molotov, because that's all it is.
So weird sense of time in this story.
Yeah, because we just suddenly at daybreak. Also, nice little continuity here, which I just saw. The sword in the back is still gone from where the doctor grabbed it earlier.
Neato.
I just saw that. I found that's. I always I like these little continuity things. I really enjoy them. But yeah, they finished a Molotov cocktail, and Scorby just yeets it at the thing. It's like, Scorby, can I count on you? And he just says, for now. Doctor prepares to get out. Chase sees the big old specimen for the first time, and he almost cooms. Okay, I made that cooming part up, but
No,
looks
you
like
didn't.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Chase opens up the window. He yeets the Molotov at the thing, and it just does like a little poo. I fucking love 70s production. Like, it's so comical, because just a little fire in front of the footage.
It's really fun to watch. It's fun to watch them trying their best.
Yeah, I'll put it on screen here. Just like, yeet, and just like, and you see the doctor run away. He's like, oh no, wee!
Dude, that thing's got big.
Yeah. So yeah, the doctor runs away, goes to a car, and drives off. to distract the big old monster Rooney. Drives a car. I already said that, but I said it again because I read my notes. Scorby and Sarah go back to the main house. And I guess try to prepare. And Scorby's just like, oh, he's not coming back. Like, he just saved his ass. He's not gonna come for us. And Sarah tells him that he is getting help and will be back as he has done before.
For some reason, I really thought you were just going to say, and then Sarah tells him that he's gay.
Doctor's not gonna come back. Well, you're gay.
You just held on that G for a while. Sarah tells him that he's gay, and I was like, my brain was like, gay.
do it. Yeah, Scorby tells her that she has to rely on him now, so she better shut the fuck up. And then she just goes like, well, you suck, and you have no principle, and you're only complete with a gun in your hand. And then just goes away from him, just like, nah. And that's when his scene ends.
Yes.
Right. Chase is taking photos of the now huge crinoid. And we see that the crinoid is getting closer to him. Wait, what does he say? Oh, right. The crinoid gets closer, and he tells the crinoid, or rather, he tells Keeler, that he wants to help. He's not the enemy. He's a friendo of the Plantos.
So was this when the crinoid's psychic powers start to sort of come in?
I guess so, because he just straight up possesses Chase here.
I mean, I get the implication from the story that Chase was like that. You know, it goes for Chase because his mind was very willing, right? That's just sort of. It seems to make sense to me. It's never explicitly said, but it follows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to get its psychic control of other plants soon.
Right, yeah, you're right. Because he gets the power. Chase specifically gets the power, right? That's how I understood it.
I'm not sure that's. I think the Chase and the crinoid just become one and the same.
Okay, because it looks like he's getting the power because he's sitting in this little plant room and just like, oh, attack him or something. But yeah, it might just be them together being a unit.
Yeah. An absolute unit.
An absolute unit. Right, Doctor is now back at the bureau and just goes straight to the office and just pushes away the guy who's like, you can't just go in there. And just like, yeah, I can, dingus. There's now a military man in there who is from unit. And he says, we can't act without evidence. But luckily, the Doctor snatched a report from someone else's desk that says that all the plant life in a mile radius of Chase Mansion has gone berserk and killed a couple of people, strangled them to death.
That's it's a believable report. It's like this person has been found dead. They're like with like plants around their neck or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and this person has been found dead in like a rose garden with like choke marks, and this person's been all of that, and then it's like and then the reveal is like all within a mile of Chase's estate.
Yeah.
So I believe that this report exists.
I like how the Doctor gives it to Colin. He's like, reads some of them out. Then he takes it away, gives it to the military guy. He's like, read that. Oh, someone else has been killed there. It's like, that part down there. It's like he points onto it, like really annoyed. Just, come on, this is the important thing. And they have their evidence to assemble a unit. And it's like, shall we get started, gentlemen? Also, I don't know why, but I'm really weirded out by how this phone looks.
Oh, well, let's see the phone.
Hang on, I reversed it. Look at this. I don't know why. It looks so fucking weird.
Oh, it does a bit, doesn't it?
I've never seen one like this.
It's a phone.
It is a phone.
It's a
I
cool design.
believe it exists like this. I've just never seen one like this.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, To doubt this would be to imply that they like built a special phone just for this shot.
I'd love it. I'd love that would be if that would be the case. Yeah, we built this. Why? I don't know.
Why did the photos look weird?
Right. So the thing Metal found weirdest in this Doctor Who story is literally just a phone from the 70s. Hey, listen, okay? I found it weird, right? Wait, where are we at? Right, oh yeah, the Doctor calls the residents. Sarah picks up the phone and he tells her, it's like, oh yeah, we got this covered. They're assembling a laser team.
You're gonna play laser tag.
You're gonna play laser tag with the Krynoid. But now the Krynoid can do plant telekinesis and cuts the phone line. Because apparently it knows what phone lines are.
Yeah, it's like I think this is justified. It's on thin ice, right?
Yeah, maybe it's because it's now in control of Chase.
Yeah, I mean, like it sees stuff through Chase. It has like access to Keela's and Chase's knowledge. So I'm happy for it to know what a phone line is. The thing that's more in question is how does it know that that's important to do at the moment? That Sarah's on the phone, and later we get a line from the Doctor saying that plants, which Sarah is currently surrounded by, like potted plants, are the eyes and the ears of the Krynoid. The only thing about that I don't understand is how the fuck can like a Krynoid see Sarah through like the leaves of a plant?
Yeah.
It's like that feels like you're pushing that, but I mean,
it's sci-fi mumbo jumbo.
Yeah,
pretty much. So yeah, but now the Krynoid and the plant life is wrapping around the mansion, and all the guards ran off like women. Also, Chase is like lying on the floor.
These shots are pretty artsy for Doctor Who in the 70s. The close-ups of Chase. Generally, the shots are just, pretty standard. Get the things that we need to be in the frame in the frame.
Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, Scorpion wait. Oh yeah, Chase is lying on the ground and saying that the plants must win, and it will be a new world led by plants. I guess he's already possessed by now here.
Yeah, yeah. It's sort of like because Chase. Chase was so fucking nuts before that it's like unclear where he ends and then when the Krynoid begins.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got to assume that by the end of the story, he's completely gone.
He is, yeah.
And obviously at the start of the story, there's no Krynoid, so that's just him.
Yeah. So run the mansion now. I said that already. Yeah, Scorby and Sarah run out to find a guard strangled by vines. And yeah, they run back in. Oh yeah, no, they come face to face with Chase now, and he just says, "Oh, I made some lovely photos, and I'm gonna develop those now." And he really wants the plants to win. Then even Scorby is like, "Now, what are you doing? Like, do you understand what is happening?" He's like, "Yeah. I'm just gonna develop some photos. Goodbye." Yeah, just goes inside. Like he's like fully gone already. Like he's like, well, not fully gone. He still has some of his consciousness because he wants those photos, and he's aware that he like something is going on.
Gone, but there's nothing that he does that I wouldn't see him doing without being possessed.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So nuts.
You're right.
It's just more the connection that he develops with the Krynoid, more specifically, where he knows stuff about it and like communicates with it. I suppose.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I lost what I wanted to say, but yes, you're right.
Thank you. It's okay. Sometimes it happens to people.
But yeah, now Chase is sitting in the middle of his plant room, talking to the plants, I think. It's like, "Oh, you're all gonna be the leaders of the world," and crazy shit like this. Oh yeah, it tells them they will soon be in. All right, he says they will soon be in the place of dominance. This is what he says to the plants, which I just found really funny wording. Also, that fucking.
It's okay.
Also, can we talk about the butler just still being like, yeah, this is fine? He's like, oh, you can't go to him. He's talking to the plants right now.
You know, he's just doing his job.
He's a very he must be very well paid.
Well, I also assume he's just sort of used to Chase's antics and doesn't fully realize what's happening.
Like,
Has he seen the giant crinoid?
I'm
Has he
not
seen
sure.
it?
I don't know if he went outside by now. He might just been inside. I don't know, vacuum the place. I don't know. But yeah, Scorby is trying to talk some sense into Chase. He turns off the weird machine. He's like, okay, listen, Chase, this is enough. This is getting out of hand. But yeah, they realize he's like some kind of hypnotized or infected or possessed or something. And then the plants start moving and grabbing Sarah, Butler, and Scorby.
Yeah.
Starting to strangle him. But luckily, now the unit arrives. No, wait, not unit yet. Just one sergeant and the doctor. And they're just in time to
Do whatever it is they do. They use pesticide, I think.
Oh yeah,
Not
pesticides. Right, yeah.
Plant killer.
Plant killer. I think they said something. I tried to hear what the sergeant guy said, but for some reason I couldn't understand what exactly he said. I just wrote down it's just some kind of detergent or whatever.
And you know, they're spraying stuff on the plants are dying. I get it.
Yeah. He does specify later on, it's like, oh, this is some stuff. It's still on the secret list on the military. It's like, okay. Your unit, you seem to be special peeps with stuff.
They are. They've got a lot of secrets.
Yeah. Also, Chase is trying to stop them, I think, but he kind of stumbles over the sergeant.
Chase sees them spraying the stuff on the plants and it's like mad and calls them murderers.
No,
which is really fun.
He calls them animal fiends.
Oh yeah.
Then he leaves. It's just really funny. But yeah, again, the doctor is there just in time. The one guard died. They make sure to tell us that. Like anyone cared about the guard.
Hey, I cared about the guard.
Okay. I like that the plant is just wiggling around, just hits the sergeant head. He's like, nah. And they just leave. Right. Now they get rid of the plants. Oh, yeah. They lock the door off, put some stuff there. This is where the sergeant says, oh, this is like secret stuff. And it's really funny because the way he handles those bottles, it's like clearly completely empty. Like, you know how you can sometimes tell when people pick stuff up, it just looks empty. It's just, oh yeah, those are empty. And now, smart move by the doctor. Let's get all the plants outside. Not so smart move.
Yes.
No one is checking the door for Chase. And also, the guard just puts his gun away.
So...
And they also, they're really careful with the plants. Like, they sit them down. Like, I would just fucking yeet them out the door.
Yeah, just chuck them.
And then obviously they all go outside at the same time. It's like, oh no, the door is locked. How could this have happened? It's like, oh yeah, Chase is in there. Also,
Is it an important thing to ask? Is it bolted or is it like a key lock?
Oh, hang on. Let's see here, because I think we see Chase doing something to it. Oh, it's a key.
Damn!
See, you can see the key right here.
So the doctor should be able to get through that, no problem as well.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he gets there. Yeah, he grabs the key and just Yeah, okay. Well,
Doctor's sonic screwdriver can get through locks. That's famously like the main thing that it does. So
sad,
not sure what happened with this.
sad face.
I think this might actually be the dumbest thing in here, rather than the power station.
Yeah, there's obviously something I didn't catch because I didn't know how the screwdriver works,
Yeah,
obviously.
but like this whole scene altogether, where they're like, "Okay, we've got to take the plants outside. Good decision. Right, let's be careful and let's all go outside at once, leaving Chase in there, and then let me forget that I can get through locks easily."
Yeah.
Because like, if the doctor just pulled out his screwdriver and then went inside immediately, it wouldn't have mattered that that Chase had locked the door.
Yeah.
You'd probably have a funny scene where he goes back in and Chase would be going, okay, excuse me. But no, then they believe that they are locked out. Fun fact here, by the way, as well, is that you can find a blooper of this scene where Scorby is running up to the door and he yells, "It's locked!" and then he rattles it and it just opens.
It's locked. Oh, hang on, it's not locked. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, now they're face to face with the crinoid outside.
Yeah.
Big and
But
scary. Luckily, I burped on the crinoid and it ran away in fear because I had garlic today.
Ew.
All right, last episode. We almost did it. Almost did it. I think
So luckily, this is when Unit arrives and the
Right.
laser team get here and they shoot the crinoid with a big gun.
with a big laser.
And it's like, it doesn't seem to do anything substantial to it, but it like distracts it.
Yes. And again, 70s effects, fucking glorious.
Oh yeah. I think that this is actually probably a
Look
thing
at- look
of
at this.
Oh, epilepsy warning, by the way, I guess.
Just like a weird yellow dome put on top of the footage, and the creator was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, stop that! That hurts, maybe, I don't know." So yeah, gets distracted, and they go around through to go through another entrance, I guess. Yeah, they just go into another room, through another door to get inside. This is also where the doctor makes the assumption that Chase is infected or possessed. And they try to find him inside. We also see Chase destroy a radio, if I can find it. Because he's just kind of going around doing a little hidey-hide. He sees the canisters with the detergent. It's like, monsters or whatever. He destroys the radio as well. So this is like the climax. There's a lot of stuff happening. I don't think there's a lot of to
so just-
explain.
A lot of stuff just sort of happens in this episode. You've got the doctor and Co are hiding out in the house, and what's the first proposed solution to the crinoid? They're talking to Unit.
When the doctor talks to Unit, or because that's
Is
way
it-
later.
Okay.
Because
so
they just tried the
Unit-
lasers for now, and they don't really know what to do, I think.
Yeah.
They have this one sergeant in there with a gun who is pretty much useless. The crinoid is starting to destroy the building. The sergeant is going away to get some wood to barricade the windows, I assume.
Nice.
He's gonna get some wood. But he gets overwhelmed by Chase with a wrench, which is really funny.
And Chase just fucking composts him.
Oh yeah, he just fucking puts him in there. Yeah, he knocks him out with the wrench with one hit. Like he's good with that. He did that before.
I mean,
Yeah.
I believe that he's done that before.
Yeah. Yeah, this is also where Scorby just starts to freak out. He's like, I can't believe I can't do anything. He's a survivor. He never relied on anyone except himself. He survived I don't know, African wars or whatever, and he hasn't become a mercenary for nothing.
Yeah, he says he was in Middle East and Africa, and he always
Yeah,
got out there himself.
exactly.
And now he just believes that he's gonna die, is where he's sort of at.
Mm-hmm.
He believes that he's been abandoned and that the Krynoid is gonna kill him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, then we see Chase putting the soldier into the little machine to compost him, which he successfully does, so...
But it's like there's no dialogue in that scene, but it's just like such a great scene of like, oh yeah, Chase is being fucking Chase, and he puts an unconscious man in a grinding compost machine, and then watches as he goes in. And you're like, Chase.
Yeah, I'm feeding the Krynoids. It's all for the greater good.
Yes.
Doctor is trying to repair the radio thingy as well. Scorpius has like a fucking life crisis. If he could have only held it together for a couple of minutes longer, he would have made it out.
Yeah, because he does a little bit of a runaway.
Oh yeah, he tries to run away. It looks like he gets away to some degree, but then he gets
pretty far.
Yeah, he just straight up runs out.
He tries to swim through a lake.
Oh no, he doesn't try to swim. He falls in there and then he gets grabbed. Oh wait, but I think he falls in and then tries to swim. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Because he goes through some bushes. Like, oh shit, he actually made it for all this stuff. And then it's like a little watery swamp area almost. Yeah, he just stumbles into it.
Like,
and he just tries to go
plant
through.
Pulls him under the water, and you think, oh, maybe they've not like shown like a dead body or anything, because like this could totally be set up for a surprise survival, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, if ever like another episode brought him back, like him going, yeah, I survived, I managed to get my way out of there, I wouldn't be going, oh, fucking bullshit. I would be going, I believe, I can believe that, like, he ripped through those plants after the camera cut, sure. But we never see him again.
Yeah. Doctor repairs. Yeah, he fixed the radio thingy. He talks to to Unit, a little bit. Sarah tries to get the sergeant, but only finds Chase with a wrench. No, wait, he doesn't does a wrench. She finds Chase and he attacks her and knocks her out. And Chase says the Krynoid enables him to live the life he always admired, with all the colors and such, and you're only just livestock and parasites to feed on, and then knocks out Sarah.
Yeah.
Nice robot.
Is
Oh no, more robots.
it still doing it?
Yeah, it still kind of is. We're almost there, Jay's internet. Get it together.
How?
Oh no.
Oh.
No, it's still bad. Sounds tasty. Sounds roboty. Robot.
How's that?
I think you're back?
Good.
Right.
It's important people hear voice.
Yeah. So Krynoid destroys more of the house. Dr. Repair the radio talks to Unit. He tells them that they have 15 minutes before this Krynoid reaches its most dangerous impossible to destroy stage, and they should just use aircraft with high explosives.
It will germinate, releasing loads more pods, so they're fucked. Is the
okay. Germinate, make more pods, and that's a bad. And they shouldn't mind them in there. Just fucking do it. So he's willing to sacrifice everyone inside just to save the Earth, pretty much.
Yeah, including himself. It is ambiguous, I think, as to whether an explosion like that would actually kill him.
But it's the best solution they have right now.
Yeah. He can survive a lot. It's unclear whether he would survive the building he's in blowing up or if that would just straight up kill him.
Okay, interesting.
Either way, he would need a new body.
Yeah. So yeah, Chase is doing like a really thorough job tying up Sarah there. I don't know why. It's just kind of weird.
That's true. He does tie her up quite a lot.
The doctor is checking for Sarah right about now, and obviously he gets there just in time to save her.
Yes.
He fights off Chase to stop the machine
honestly,
and get Sarah. Go ahead.
It would be fine. Like the scene would be fine if he just gets there while Chase was still tying her up or something.
Yeah.
Like you don't need it to be the last minute. I guess actually no, for this specific scene you do because the machine needs to be running for what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
But in I guess some of the other scenes it doesn't need to be the last minute, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, he gets Sarah out. He actually jumps in.
Yeah, he jumps in to get Sarah out.
Instead of turning off the machine, but he gets her out, and then they have a little scuffle inside the machine, the doctor and Chase. But the doctor wins the scuffle ultimately, and Mr. Chase gets crusher-roonied while holding onto the doctor for a while.
Yeah. So the doctor gets out of the machine and is like holding Chase, and like Chase is holding him.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty clear what's happening is that the doctor is trying to pull Chase out of the machine, but instead of going with it and getting out of the machine, Chase is just trying to pull the doctor in with him.
Yeah.
And in case it wasn't clear, the doctor then says, I tried to save him. He was trying to pull me in.
Yeah.
And like, not much else really needs to be said.
Yeah, and yeah, Chase is now with the plans, as he always wanted to, I guess.
It
Fitting
is
end.
an appropriate ending for his character.
It is. Yeah, the aircraft have finished their sighting run. The doctor and Sarah try to get out, and he uses a vent that does steam thingies, and I think he distracts the plants long enough to get through. I didn't really understand.
I'm
what
not
this
sure why
idea
steam
was there.
I'm not sure what I don't know what it is about steam that gets the plants to not attack him.
Yeah.
Could be, I don't know. They're too hot now, I guess.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But he rips out something from the vents and the tubes, and then he uses the steam to get the plants to stop long enough to get them out. And yeah,
And then
the bombing run commences, and they blow up the crinoid.
and the
Because
house.
he's being a cringe-noid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've waited all evening to do this. I was waiting for the right part. I had cringe-noid on my mind for like the whole 3 hours. It was like, that's not appropriate yet, but this was the one. This was the one to put it on.
That makes it so much funnier.
Yeah, it gets blown to smithereens, and we win. We save the world.
Yeah. We got a scene of the Doctor talking to Mr. Collins.
Oh yeah. It's like,
Oh no, not Mr. Collins. His name is Colin.
Oh right. Go ahead.
And he's like, "Hey, please come and talk at this thing." And the Doctor's like, "No."
No, he said no. It's even funnier because it says, "Oh, when is that? Oh, it would be the 17th." And he's like, impossible. I'm booked for the next 2 centuries. But after that, every time.
Yeah. He's got a time machine. He could go whenever he wants. He just doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. And then they decide to have a little vacation. Sarah and he even invites Colin, but he's like, "Nah, I'm busy."
Yeah.
And
Then they end up in the Antarctic.
Yeah, and they teleport to the Antarctica again. It's like, oh, I guess this was full circle. Ha 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 ha. The end.
Well, yeah, I think I get the joke that they're making with each other. Like they're doing like a the line is, "Have we been here before, or are we yet to come?" And they say it together, and I think they know they're being like cheesy, and that's why it's funny to them.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
And that's that. It's
Yeah.
Dunzo.
so the story could like use less contrivance, and there are a couple of
Yes.
moments when it breaks,
Mm-hmm.
right? However, like overall, it's not awful.
No,
Like
it's not awful. It's that's what I say. It's fine.
in terms of
It's fine.
in terms of plot, right? There are a few things that need a lot of small things that could be improved, and a couple of big things that's like okay, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But other than that, like the wider events of the plot flow together.
Yeah.
The only big event in the plot that's like crucial is the station blowing up. That's the only broken one.
Yeah.
Everything else is just like, oh, this needs like a small change to be fixed.
And apparently that he didn't use the screwdriver.
That's well, the thing is that's not even plot significant.
It is.
That's
Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha.
because what happens then is they just go in a different door.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like I'm 90% sure, right? I'm very sure that the reason that is like that is because they needed a cliffhanger for the final episode to end on, and they didn't have like a natural cliffhanger in the story, so they were like, they get locked outside
Gotcha. Yeah.
with the crit. The resolution to them getting locked outside is they get back in instantly.
Yeah. Yeah. As with the
It's like,
explosion
that was a
one,
dumb moment, but it's not that important.
and with the explosion one, we get rid of 2 of the crinoids, which is very important to get rid of.
Yeah. So I think that is the biggest issue.
Yeah.
I mean, even then though, the crinoids would. I think it's implied that they would have just frozen, but like
Yeah.
I guess it makes it more conclusive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It confirms.
That's fair.
It confirms that they're gone.
That's fair.
Characters though.
Characters are really fun. I like the characters. They're good stuff.
Yeah, I love all of them. Like, you don't like. This watch through, I was even appreciating Colin, and he's
Yeah.
just sort of around doing his thing. It's just very charmingly written, I think.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah, characters are not bad. The characters mostly, but the characters do behave like they should be behaving.
Yeah.
No one's breaking the character. Yeah, no, it's pretty solid. Characters the best thing. I would agree with that.
You have anything else?
Don't think so. No, not really. We got through all my notes, which were chronological, so that's the obvious thing that should have happened at the end there of the episode. Yeah, no, we did it. It was a fun watch. It would probably be funner to watch just in one go without taking notes.
Yeah.
But as I said, that's just how this goes. When you prepare a show, you gotta take notes. That's just how it be with the P.
I've just seen a spoiler for the next episode of Doctor Who that's going to come out, and I found it's a big thing, and that's just in my actor is returning to the show after like 30 years. That's a nice thing to find out.
Oh boy. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I hope it's gonna be Scorby.
Well, he is unfortunately not around anymore.
Oh. Right, let me just get through these super chat-a-roonies. I didn't see the super chat button, Wumbo. That is okay. I think I read that one actually already. Yeah, you read it twice. You owe me 2 buttons. No, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. One says his. I'm getting hissed at again. That's the second time in a row. That's very rude. And then the last one says, sorry for derailing your train of thought with my gender fluid, Jay.
I saw that. That was funny.
It does happen. It does happen sometimes. Did Jay say why he picked the story specifically? Well, it's the third one that was picked, so I don't know what the train of thought was.
So there are a lot of there's a lot of classic Doctor Who that's basically just like this. Where it's like the characters are really entertaining, the comedy is pretty on point, the story could use some work, particularly in the little details rather than the grander picture. Mm-hmm. And I was just going through a few of them and thinking, this one, no, this one, no, this one.
Yeah, it changed like 2 times.
Yeah, we were originally going to do City of Death, and then
Right.
Pyramids of Mars, and then this one.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I think that's about it. You got what are you doing, Jay? What's your plans? What's fleeming?
Well, the plan after this is I was gonna go and rewatch some more old Doctor Who to
Uh-huh.
prepare for watching the new Doctor Who
Oh.
because it's a direct sequel story to something else. I'm gonna do that with Wumbo immediately, I think, if he's around. You can come along if you want.
Well, if he hasn't answered my messages on Discord today. It's disrespecting me even more. Any videos in the tube?
All right, you mean
the
like you
pipe?
mean video stuff?
Yeah. I thought I made myself more clear.
I'm doing a smiling friends thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were just like, so what are you doing next? I was like, I guess sure, fuck it.
Yeah, there you go. The links are all down if you want to fleem Jay's shleems again. All the things are in there. What am I doing? I'm probably gonna stream more Elden Ring. I'm probably gonna do not probably. I am gonna do a dual shield run. So that should be fun. I found some things that could be fun to do. And I randomly saw that someone uploaded a video about that as well. I haven't watched it because I want to do it without prior knowledge of what could be good. But I saw some obvious choices to go through with the shields. So that's the thing. I will be doing a compilation of my item only run, which I assumed to be the first one to do it like this with items only. But then Lil Aggie made a video on it the day I finished my item only run. So he did that like a couple of days before. And also in one stream, like a 24-hour stream, like an absolute mad lad. Yeah. There was a good video though, so you should go watch that if you're interested. It's kind of fun to see how there's some different strats going on. That's pretty fun. And then I need to do a metal swatch before I go away for a couple of days on Thursday. So I need to figure out what I'll do then, because I haven't done that yet. Yeah. That's it. I'm done. So yeah. If you don't have anything else, I think we're done here. I think we can leave chat to their own devices.
I do not have anything else.
I don't have anything else now. I'm sorry.
Let's leave chat to cry.
Okay. Goodbye, Chad. Cry.
Cry harder.
Cry harder. I can't find the stop streaming button. Oh, there's my OBS. Okay. Goodbye.